Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting defensive unit for the Pittsburgh Steelers. First of all, the front four. At defensive left end, standing 6'6", weighing 245, 7-year veteran, number 68, L.C. Greenwood. The rest of the front four, number 75, Joe Green, 6'4", 275. The right tackle is Ernie Holmes, number 63, the right end, Dwight White. And now the three Pittsburgh linebackers. At one outside linebacker spot, number 59, Jack Ham. Jack Lambert in the middle. Andy Russell on the right outside linebacker spot. And now the defensive secondary. Left cornerback, number 24, J.T. Thomas. The right cornerback, number 47, Mel Blunt. The left safety, number 23, is Mike Wagner. And the right safety, number 27, Glenn Edwards. And now cut Chuck Noll and the rest of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Introducing now the starting offensive unit for the Dallas Cowboys. At left tackle, number 73, Ralph Neely. The offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys, number 73, Ralph Neely. The left guard, number 66, Burton Lawless. At center, number 62, John Fitzgerald. The right guard, number 61, is Blaine Nye. And the right tackle, number 70, Rayfield Wright. Next, the receivers. At tight end, number 84 is Gene Fugit. Wide receiver, number 83, Golden Richards. And finally, number 88, Drew Pearson. The backfield for the Dallas Cowboys. Number 12, Roger Staubach. Number 26, Preston Pearson. And number 44, Robert Newhouse. Coach Tom Landry and the rest of the Dallas Cowboys.
Preston Pearson and Doug Dennison are the return men. You can bet Preston has wind up and for maybe the biggest game of his career against his former teammates. Preston came to the Steelers from the Baltimore Colts. Admits as a kid he did not like to play football, he preferred basketball. Got into the NFL and decided to make a career of it. He may retire after this year, but chances are he won't. This game will have a lot of bearing on that. Pearson and Dennison deep, and Jarrella kicks it. End over end. Who's it coming down to? Preston at the 3. Out over the 10. Reverses the football. At the 10, the 15, to the near side, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50. Over the 50, the Steeler 45. And the tackle is saved. And the runner is knocked out of bounds. Tom Henderson took the reverse, coming from the far side of the field to the near side. And the tackle made in front of the Steeler bench by Roy Jarrella, who is hurt on the play.
Yes, Roy Jarrella saved the Steelers from a touchdown. Henderson took the reverse just short of the 10-yard line. He's a big linebacker who has been used as a kickoff return man. He has that kind of speed. So the Cowboys open with the razzle-dazzle, take the kickoff to the Steelers' 44.
Henderson is a linebacker who returned kicks before, according to J.D. Fogarty. All right, they run out of the eye with a split into the right and the flanker sit to the right. Now they shift to into a slot right formation. The setbacks are wide. They bring a man in motion to the left. That's the multiple offense. Here is Staubach rolling right. He failed. He fumbles the football. Picked up by his teammate running forward over the 50. Breaking through that time to get him was Kelsey Greenwood. Failing Roger Staubach. Then the ball was picked up and Ernie Holmes made a tackle as the fumbled football was carried forward by John Fitzgerald, the center. So a loss back to the 45 is actually negated to a loss to the Pittsburgh 49 on a sacking of Roger Staubach.
And I guess, Jack, I'm going to have to watch this one standing because the folks in front, you can't blame them. They jump up and I can't see the ball game.
It is second down and 15 yards to go. For the Dallas Cowboys, they move right to left at the far hash mark. Staubach hands off inside. Robert Newhouse carrying the football. Cracked over the left side down near the 46-yard line. Ernie Holmes made the tackle on him. Advancing the football to the Pittsburgh 47-yard line where they will spot it. And the third down play coming up. Andy Russell comes out of the play. Now we bring Jimmy Allen on as the fifth defensive back, replacing middle linebacker Jack Lambert. Staubach, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. And over the regular season, Staubach threw 348 times, completed 198, an average percentage of 56.9. Now they go into the shotgun. A double wing formation. Snap directly back to Staubach. Backs up. He passes downfield, and the pass is incomplete. Everybody was covered. Nobody to receive. Ernie Holmes had the rush on Staubach. Almost got the grab on him deep. The pass was intended for Preston Pearson, and the first Dallas pass is incomplete, and the Cowboys will bring on Mitch Hoops to punt.
And I'll tell you, Ernie Holmes would have sacked Staubach had he not been tackled by a Dallas lineman who would let him slip by. I think it was Burton Lawless, the rookie.
All right, Hoops is their punter, averaging 39.4 per kick over the season. Glenn Edwards and Dave Brown are downfield for the Steelers. The kick will carry into the wind. Hoops standing at his own 38-yard line. Here's the snap of the football. High snap. Hoops takes it, gets away. A wobbly kick. Now it is straightening out, going into the wind on the far side. Edwards inside the 10, comes out over the 7 to the sideline to the 15. Driving, knocked out of bounds near the 17-yard line on the far side of the field. Glenn Edwards hit on the far side, but Dave Edwards, Roland Woosley comes out of the play, and the Steelers have the football and will put it in play inside their own 20. There's a controversy over there. So far away, we couldn't tell exactly what it was. A couple of players wanted to mix it up. Did you have the glasses on them?
No, I'm sorry, Jack. I did not catch that.
But somebody wanted to mix it up after the play was over. Glenn Edwards was in the area, and he may have been the Pittsburgh player involved. But they held him back, and now we're ready to go on offense. And the Dallas defense is out there. Ed Too Tall Jones, Jethro Pugh, Larry Cole, and Harvey Martin are in the front four. Terry Bradshaw quarterbacks the Steelers at their own 17-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Bradshaw calling the signals. On a long count, Bradshaw takes, gives to Franco, sweeps off the left side, goes to the outside of the 20, at the 24-yard line, knocked out of bounds, cutting to his left to the far side of the field. Jethro Pugh and the free safety Cliff Harris made the stop on Franco, running to the far side. Looked as though he wanted to come inside, did not see the hole develop, went to the outside, and brought it up to the 25-yard line, a gain of 8 yards. We have John Stallworth as the wide receiver, John Kolb, Jim Clack, Ray Mansfield, Jerry Mullins, Gordon Gravel, the interior lineman, Larry Brown, the tight end, Bradshaw quarterbacking, Rocky Blair and Franco Harris are the running backs, Lynn Swann, the wide receiver. Second down, 2 yards to go. Pittsburgh moving left to right, 0-0 ball game just underway at the Miami Orange Bowl. And Bradshaw brings them out of the huddle. Franco and Blair are the running backs, and we've got a flanker set to the right, split end to the left. Here's the handoff given to Blair. Blair comes off the left side of the line, cracks up over the 30. Straight on up over the 33 near the 34-yard line. Rocky Blair, the ball carrier, have the tackle made by the free safety Cliff Harris. The Steelers have the initial first down of the ball game. First and 10, Pittsburgh at its own 33-yard line.
So right off the bat, we see the fleas, the small Steeler offensive line delivering. I talked before the game about how they had to be able to handle that big Dallas defense, and they are doing it right off the bat.
Steelers have Lynn Swann to the right, John Stallworth wide to the left. The running backs are Blair and Harris. Quarterback is Bradshaw. Bradshaw gives it to Franco, finds the hole through the middle and runs into trouble after crossing the 35. Is upended in a pile of people near the 37-yard line. Ed Jones and Harvey Martin in on the tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. Too Tall Jones at left end, 260 in the program. Jethro Pugh, 250. Byron says he may go 265. Larry Cole at 250. Harvey Martin at 250. The linebackers, Dave Edwards, Leroy Jordan, D.D. Lewis. The cornerbacks, Mark Washington and Mel Renfro. The strong safety, Charlie Waters. The free safety is Cliff Harris. Steelers picked up 4 yards on the run. second down and 6 yards to go. And the handoff this side is to Franco. He broke one tackle, came over the 40, was barely caught and goes down at the 42-yard line. Almost had a big opening as he was caught by Harvey Martin and brought down crossing the 40-yard line. It looked as though he was just about to see daylight. Pittsburgh making substitutions. Randy Grossman in as the second tight end. Sam Davis is in at guard for the Steelers. We bring our wide receivers off the field. Third down and about 2 yards to go. The nose of the football at the Pittsburgh 42-yard line. Dallas on the kickoff, pulled the first trick of the game, a reverse that brought the ball back to the Pittsburgh 44, but the Steeler defense held. The Cowboys gave up the football. This drive started at the Pittsburgh 17. A tight formation, 2 tight ends. Grossman, the close flanker on the right side, and the handoff goes to Franco, and he's sailed behind the 40 and manages to get back only to the 40-yard line as the Dallas defense came up with a big play. And up to make it was Mark Washington, the cornerback. Franco trying to find some running room to the left. Is nailed for a 2-yard loss. It will be 4th down and 4 yards to go. The defenses are strong. And now Bobby Walden will punt with the wind behind him at an angle.
Well, there was no block on Washington, and it was simply Franco against him, and he did the job.
Walden averaging 39.4 per kick on the season. Golden Richards downfield to receive for the Cowboys. The punt will carry left to right across your radio dial. Walden standing at his own 27-yard line. Tate fumbles the football. Walden is hit and nailed at the 29-yard line. Walden took the snap, fumbled it forward, hits it up, and the Cowboys came over him like a wall. Warren Capone, the first man to Bobby Walden. And the Cowboys take over at the Pittsburgh 29-yard line. Time out on the field with no score in the ball game. We'll be right back. David Huber talking to Roy Chiarella down on the sidelines. He'd had the wind knocked out of him on the tackle on the opening kickoff. Chiarella appears to be okay, maybe a little stiff. All right, the Cowboys are in a slot left formation. Now they moved into the standard setback situation with Staubach, the quarterback, taking the ball, faking. He's back to throw. Staubach straight down to the open man at the 50. He's up to the 10. He's out of the 5. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. As Staubach hits Drew Pearson, the wide receiver, wide open in the middle of the Steeler defense, took the ball at the 15-yard line, beat Andy Russell, and went into the end zone, and Dallas is on the board with the first touchdown. The play starting at the 29-yard line, a 29-yard pass and run for the TD.
You betcha Andy Russell had no chance to stop him. He can't match speed with that fella. And so the Dallas Cowboys have struck on a 29-yard pass play.
All right, Tony Fritsch will try for the point after. The ball is down. Fritsch kicks. It is up there. It is high enough. It is good. Dallas has taken a 7-0 lead over the Pittsburgh Steelers here at the Super Bowl. With time out on the field, we'll be right back.
So Roger Staubach on his first completion of the afternoon hits Pearson over the middle, and then he angled for the corner of the near side of the field below our booth, and he had all kinds of room. He was wide open when he caught the ball, and the only guy who had a shot at stopping him before he got into the end zone was Andy Russell, but no way Andy can be expected to keep pace with him. The Cowboys have struck. They lead the Super Bowl 7-0.
Tony Fritsch will kick off right to left for the Dallas Cowboys. A soccer-style kicker. Boots it low, sailing wobbly, coming down, and picked up by Mel Blunt at the 7. He's out over the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, driving to the 30, and is ridden down at the 33-yard line. Mel Blunt on the return. Backed up with the ball a yard or two after he took it, came forward. Randy White made the stop on him. Randy White was the man who was mixed up in an earlier argument with... Let's see, who was involved in that argument on the Pittsburgh? Oh, it was Glenn Edwards and Randy White back earlier in the game, and we could not see exactly who it was, but that has been determined. They were having a mild argument. Dallas leading 7-0. Steelers with the ball again. Pittsburgh gave it up at its own 29 after Bobby Walden fumbled the snap and fell on it on 4th down. Pittsburgh punting. Bradshaw. First down, 10 yards to go. Dallas almost offside. The handoff goes to Franco, looping over the right side, goes to the 35, drives to the 40-yard line. Franco Harris looping out over the right side of the line, comes to the 40. D.D. Lewis and Cliff Harris team up to make the stop for the Dallas Cowboys. Second down, and about 3 yards to go after a 7-yard gain. Right now we pause for station identification. Second down, 3 for the Steelers at their own 40-yard line, moving left to right, trailing 7-0. Bradshaw, the quarterback. Bradshaw gives to Blyer. Blyer hits him to the left side of the line and stacked up short of the first down to get a couple yards out of the play. As Harvey Martin reacted beautifully to the play, grabbed Rocky Blyer and stops him at the 42-yard line. It is going to be 3rd down and 1 yard to go. Randy Grossman and Sam Davis trot on the field. Grossman in his second year out of Temple, a tight end. Davis, the 9-year veteran from Allen. the offensive captain who comes in on this sort of situation.
The Cowboys on both of those last two plays with too tall Jones in the flex, dropping 2 yards off on the left side. The first time, Franco Harris went right through him. This time, Rocky got nothing.
Grossman tight right, Larry Brown tight left. Boone Mullins is the post flanker on the right side. Setbacks are wide. Now Mullins goes in motion, and the handoff to Franco, and Mullins blocking, breaks through the line, comes to the 45 and out to the 47, and the Steelers have a first down. Mark Washington, the cornerback, a 6-year veteran from Morgan State, and Cliff Harris made the tackle. A first down, Pittsburgh second in the ball game. We trail 7-0, first and 10.
You betcha. Moon Mullins goes in motion from right to left and cuts into the middle of that line to open up the hole for the ball carrier.
8:25 to play in the opening period at the Super Bowl in Miami. Bradshaw stepping under center. The setbacks are split. Terry calling the signals for the Steelers as his flanker left split end to the right, the handoff to Blair, running to the left, turns the corner, goes over the 50, and down to the Dallas 47-yard line. Make it the 47.5 as strong safety Charlie Waters put the grab on him. Waters, a 6-year veteran from Clemson University. The ball is going to be spotted near the 48-yard line, second down, and a long 5 to go.
And midway in the first period, we have yet to see Terry Bradshaw put that football in the air.
Ball is at the far hash mark. The slight advantage in running room will be to the right, coming to the near side of the field as the Steelers move left to right. Ray Mansfield, the veteran center from Washington, goes over the football. The Steelers have Stallworth wide left, Lynn Swann flanking out to the near side to the right of the quarterback. The tackle edges in a step or two, and back goes Bradshaw to fire to the near side, and it made the interception. Leaping forward was Lynn Swann, and they rule a good catch at the Dallas 16-yard line as Swann meets the defensive back Mark Washington on a great play. Lynn Swann on the near side of the field, and we had to go out of our chair because the crowd came right up out of its collective seat. You look at that one, and Swann caught it right on the sideline, and the official stepped in and said it is a good catch. And the Steelers on their first passing attempt moved the ball to the Dallas 16-yard line, and Swann has his 5th playoff catch. And on the season, he had 49, so give him a total of 54 for the whole campaign.
And who did he beat but Cliff Harris, the guy who warned him to think about his concussion?
All right, it is first down and 10 yards to go. The Steelers at the Dallas 16 from the I formation. Blair with the ball, just into the left side of the line. Second effort down to the 11. 5-yard gain. The Rock ran into Jethro Pugh. He gave us some second effort and picked up 5 yards on the play. So the Steelers strike quickly on the pass to Swann, putting them in scoring position at the Dallas 16. They're moving toward the goal line to the right. Dallas leading in the ball game 7-0. The clock turning with 7 minutes to play in the opening period at the Orange Bowl in Miami. Steelers out of the huddle over the football at the 11-yard line. Stallworth goes left. Swann comes to the near side. If you're watching the ball game and listening very closely, the running backs, Harris and Blair, they give to Franco. Watching, here he comes to the right. He turns, goes over the 10, and he is down near the 7-yard line. Franco, Harris coming to the right, cutting back inside the block and going down to the 7 with Too Tall Jones and Leroy Jordan putting the grab on him. He is short of a first down at the 7. That's okay. Third down and 1 to go at the 7-yard line. That means you can crack it in closer. You'll get the first down at a better, more opportune position.
And D.D. Lewis, the linebacker, arguing with Rocky Blair, telling him his block on him was not kosher, and it was inside D.D. Lewis that Franco's team to make that yardage.
Sam Davis and Randy Grossman re-entered the ball game on the third and short yardage situation of the afternoon. We made 1 third down and missed on another attempt. 2 tight ends, flanker, Moon Mullins in motion, and Bradshaw rolls right, puts it wide open in the end zone. Randy Grossman takes it for the touchdown. They crossed them up. They had 2 tight ends, and they had Mullins going in motion, cutting into the line, and Dallas was geared for the run. They did not get the run. Bradshaw took the ball, flipped quickly to Randy Grossman, the second-year man from Temple, wide open in the end zone for a Pittsburgh touchdown. Now, you talk about crossing them up on offense. They knew we were going to run, and we didn't run.
Well, Chaz will put a wrinkle in, you betcha, with Moon Mullins in motion going toward the middle of the line. They're looking for that running play, and Bradshaw whips the pass to Grossman wide open.
Walden the holder, Jarella the kicker. The ball down at the 10. Jarella kicks it. It is wobbly. Did somebody get a hand on it? It is good. It is good. The ball game is tied at 7-7. 67 yards and 8 plays. The scoring play, the pass to Randy Grossman. Steeler football continues after this brief timeout.
Okay, the Steelers have steamed back on a nifty play when Randy Grossman got behind linebacker. Leroy Jordan got 3 yards behind him, was wide open as the Cowboys were made suckers by Moon Mullins, who went in motion for the second time in this ball game, went in motion from right to left, stopped in the middle of the line instead of plunging through to open up a hole for a running back. Of course, he didn't have to. He had already carried out the fake Bradshaw, rolling out to his right, tossing to Randy Grossman, who nearly dropped the football. It wasn't a smooth catch, but he hung on. And the Steelers are now deadlocked 7-7 with the Cowboys with 5 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the first period. Let's see how Roy Girella kicks off. We'll see if he's suffering effects of the minor injury.
Randy Grossman getting his first touchdown of the playoffs, his second touchdown of the season. Doug Dennison and Preston Pearson are deep. Dennison to the left of the kicker to the far side, Pearson to the near side. They used a reverse on the earlier kickoff. Not likely they'll try it again. Ball teed at the 35. The kick will carry left to right. Here comes Girella. Kicks it for Pittsburgh. High, relatively short for Roy. Coming down at the 12. Pearson out over the 15, the 20, the 25, coming to the sideline at the 30 and is brought down near the 35-yard line along the near side of the field. Preston Pearson tackled by Jimmy Allen as he returns the football to the Dallas 35-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Cowboys.
And you can bet that the reverse that the Cowboys used on the opening kickoff had to slow down the Steelers special team on this kickoff. They had to be a little wary, a little leery to see if the Cowboys would give them more of that razzle-dazzle. Cowboys at the 35.
First down 10, the Cowboys in the first quarter moving right to left, a 7-7 ball game in the Super Bowl. Roger Staubach, the quarterback, and he gives the ball off to Robert Newhouse. Swings left, comes up over the 35, the 40, and goes to the 42-yard line. Newhouse coming toward the near sideline, hit by Ernie Holmes and Mel Blunt of the Steelers. Newhouse is a 5'10", 200-pound tank in his 4th year out of Houston. Now, Newhouse, over the course of the regular season, as far as rushing was concerned, led the Cowboys 930 yards on the season. In the playoffs, he's carried 28 times for 97 yards. So he's their leading ground gainer. Second down, 3 yards to go after the 7-yard pickup. Both ends tight. Now they split an end to the left. The flanker set out to the right. They move into the I formation, bring the flanker in motion to the left. Staubach calling the signals, takes, and the give is to Doug Dennison. Loops into the right side of the line, up over the 45 and onto the 47-yard line for a first down. J.T. Thomas made the tackle. They're doing a little razzle-dazzle, as you will see. Shifting, splitting an end, then bringing the flanker in motion, going into the eye on the shift, and then giving the ball to Dennison, who carries for the first down.
And you could have driven a truck through that hole. It was a big one. Now Preston Pearson back in that Cowboys backfield.
At the 47.5-yard line, Dallas territory, the Cowboys, 1st and 10. They move right to left. Preston Pearson dots the I. The inside back is Robert Newhouse, and they shift. The setbacks go wide. Here's Staubach dropping back, stops short, looks, throws, down the middle, complete. Pittsburgh, 44-yard line to John Fugit. He's upended by Glenn Edwards. And they hit the pass again, and they will mark it at the Pittsburgh 43. It is very near to a first down, about a yard short. Fugit is the receiver, and Fugit gets his 5th catch of the playoffs.
And Roger Staubach getting tremendous protection on that play. The Steeler front four being unable to put any heat on him at all.
Second down and 1. Apparently, Preston Pearson and Doug Dennison are the play carriers for Tom Landry. Landry calls them from the sidelines. Staubach executes. He has 2 for 3 passing, 1 touchdown. Now, they shift into the I formation. They bring the flanker in motion to the left. The inside handoff to Newhouse. Big hole to the 40, the 35, galloping down to the 30. Inside the 30 goes to the 27-yard line. Newhouse on a quick opener and a big hole open. J.T. Thomas made the tackle. Robert Newhouse galloped through and carried the ball to the Pittsburgh 27-yard line. It is first down 10 for the Cowboys.
Newhouse just squirts through there on the quick opener. He's not a big guy. He says, well, I'm bigger than the man in the street, the average guy in the street, so I guess I'm big enough. He's very stocky, and he has that rubber ball effect, but that time he just squirted through for the big gain down to the Steeler 27.
Newhouse went 16 yards on that carry. It is first down 10 for the Cowboys. They are threatening again at the 27-yard line. Shifting into the I. Preston goes to the top of the I. Now they bring the flanker in motion to the left, and the inside handoff is to Newhouse, and he rips through the middle. He's inside the 25 and down near the 22-yard line on a tackle made by Elsie Greenwood and Andy Russell. They spot the ball at the 22, a solid 5-yard gain by Robert Newhouse, and they are ripping the middle of our defense open right at the moment.
Well, I think they've got the Steelers guessing. And right now, Pete Rozelle's probably wearing a smile because this is the kind of exciting, high-scoring game, 7-7, and it's only the first period that he likes to see.
Slot left formation, they run out of the I, and the give is to the top of the I man, Doug Dennison, the tailback, ripping just off the left side, down over the 20, and he goes inside the 20-yard line to the 17 and a half. Ernie Holmes made the tackle. Holmes, the 4-year veteran from Texas Southern. They're close to a first down. It may take time for a measurement. Let's see what they do. They spot it short by about a yard, a little less than a yard, and it is going to be third down, less than a yard to go. And Preston Pearson is back out on the field. Billy Joe Dupre is out there, a second tight end, and they take their wide receivers out. Golden Richards out, and Drew Pearson is out. All right, a tight formation with a flanker set wide to the right. Staubach calling the signal. Handoff, Newhouse, hitting into the line, and he may have been stopped. Ernie Holmes got him. He may or may not have the first down, but it was a fine defensive play as they racked Newhouse up going into the line that time. He only needed less than a yard, so he may have it, but it was a fine defensive play.
Yeah, Fats Holmes really belted him on the first contact, and then Jack Lambert came up to sew the guy up. We'll see, though. I'm sure they'll measure for this when he appeared to have been stopped, but we're very high up and well down toward the other end of the field, so it's difficult to say from here. We'll get the measurement.
This is Fleming and Cope at the Super Bowl in Miami. The ones to hear, and we give you the story from the Steelers side. And you will hear it throughout the afternoon today as the Steelers go for a second straight Super Bowl title. They are looking at it very closely. Myron's got the glasses on it, and they have missed it by inches on a great defensive play by Ernie Holmes. Fourth down and inches to go. And the decision is with Tom Landry. And he's going to go for it. Dallas fans imploring him to go for it. So, inches to go. At the 17-yard line, and we need a staunch defensive play.
You betcha. This drive started at the Dallas 35, and they've got a big play coming up now at the 17.
Out of the huddle they come with a pair of tight ends, lined up in a full house I. A real strong formation. Now they shift into the power I, with a wingback close on the left side. And the handoff to the top of the I, and a dive over the left side, and they've got the first down. Dennison, the ball carrier, going down near the 10 or the 15-yard line for the first down. Jack Lambert and Mel Blunt team up on the stop. So again, the Dallas deception as they ran with 3 men in the I, or set up with 3 men in the I, shifted into the power I, send Dennison over the left side for the first down. Their fourth of the afternoon, first and 10 at the Steeler 15.
Yes, the left side of the Dallas line bent the Steelers just enough to get him through.
They split the setbacks, then shift them into the I. Staubach giving to Preston, and Preston nailed at the 15-yard line. A great shot by Jack Lambert. Preston hit in there, and Lambert cut him from the side. And the second-year middle linebacker from Kent State comes up with a fine defensive play. No gain on the play for the Dallas Cowboys. It will be second down 10. The clock turning, 30 seconds to play in the opening period. The ball game tied 7-7. Dallas at the Pittsburgh 15.
And I might make note of the fact that this is the first time the Steelers have allowed a touchdown all season in the first quarter.
You are right. We overlooked that one. Flanker right, shifting into the I. The ends are close. Now they bring the flanker in motion back to the left. Staubach hands off to Robert Newhouse. Gallops into the right side of the line. No! He was hit by Jack Ham around the ankles. Brought down by Jack Lambert. And he picks up about a yard. It looked like he was going to find a hole that would send him into heaven. But he was stopped instead right on the spot. A 1-yard gain on the play. We're at the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. At the Orange Bowl of Miami. Super Bowl 10, the score. Pittsburgh 7, Dallas 7.
And that first half was certainly spectacular. Dallas opening up with a reverse on a kick return. Bobby Walton fumbling a punt snap, and Dallas getting a big break. Later, we saw Lynn Swann making a leaping catch to pick the ball off Cliff Harris, who was trying to break it up. Cliff Harris is the guy who tried to psych Swann this week in the pregame build-up. So we've seen all kinds of spectacular action in the first quarter today. Now we're into the second quarter with Dallas third and a long 8 at the Steeler 14-yard line, and Tony Fritsch getting ready to come in, I suppose, if this next play does not get the first down. Or the touchdown if it gets it. They have to get actually to the 6-yard line to get the first down.
Dallas at the Pittsburgh 14, moving now left to right with the wind behind the Cowboys. Shotgun formation, a double wing. Staubach in the short position, 5 yards behind the center. The direct snap to Staubach, flags down. They blow the play dead, even as Staubach backed up. Illegal procedure against the Cowboys. That will cost them 5 yards. The first penalty of the ball game. 5-yard mark off against the Dallas Cowboys will bring the ball back to the 19-yard line. And the Cowboys will run their third down play from that point. The official, Norm Schachter, marks it off. Schachter was the center of questions at a press conference here in Miami relative to officiating in the National Football League. You may recall that he headed a crew that was one time suspended because of a mistake it made in an LA Ram game.
Yes, I believe the game with the Chicago Bears. They cost somebody a down.
That's right. Here they come out of the huddle. It is third down now and about 14 yards to go. And they shift into the shotgun. Now they bring a man in motion to the right. And Staubach drops back. Staubach looks, throws under pressure, almost intercepted. Broken up at the 10-yard line by Glenn Edwards. The pass intended for the tight end, John Fugit. Angling to the far side along the 10. Edwards shot in front of him, thought he had the interception, could not hold the football. And he breaks up the pass play. Staubach's fourth pass of the afternoon. And they will go to Tony Fritsch. Now let's look at Fritsch on the season. He kicked 22 of 35 field goal attempts. In the playoffs, Fritsch is 4 for 5. This will be a 36-yard attempt. In this range, in the playoffs, he has had no previous tries. Here's Fritsch kicking with the wind behind him. It is long enough. It is good. A 36-yard field goal by Tony Fritsch, and the Cowboys take the lead 10-7 with timeout on the field. We'll be right back.
So the Dallas Cowboys get 3 points out of that drive, and I must tell you that on the third down pass by Staubach intended for Fugit, who incidentally later limped off the field, apparently twisting his ankle perhaps on that patchy turf. In any case, Glenn Edwards had read that play and moved out in front of Fugit, and he had that interception in his belly, and if he holds that ball, he is very likely off to the races down the far sideline, maybe all the way. It was a distinct possibility. So instead, the Cowboys kept the ball, kicked the field goal. They they lead the Steelers 10-7.
Tony Fritsch will kick off left to right, and here's the kick sailing, spinning downfield, bouncing inside the 20, scooped up at the 13-yard line. They'll lump the football up over the 25, the 30, digs and goes down at the 33-yard line. Blunt, fielding a tough one, brings it forward, is tackled by Bob Brunig, and goes down at either the 32 or the 33-yard line. We'll see where they finally spot the football, and they bring it into the hash mark at the far side of the field and set it between, now they're putting it right on the 32. First down, 10 for the Steelers. Trailing 10-7. Cowboys got the field goal with 14:45 to play in the second quarter. Pittsburgh moving right to left, and we'll check that interior line for you in a moment. Terry Bradshaw has them lined up. Bradshaw drops back. He wants to throw, and he's hit as he lets loose for the football, and it's almost caught. He was hit that time on a rush by Ed Too Tall Jones as he released the football. It went wobbling downfield, and John Stallworth made a try for it coming back, and it fell incomplete. A great rush on Bradshaw. Stallworth at one wide receiver post. John Kolb, Jim Clack, Mike Webster, the second-year man from Wisconsin, Sam Davis, Gordon Gravel, the interior lineman, Larry Brown, the tight end. Blyer and Harris are the running backs, Lynn Swann, a wide receiver, Bradshaw, quarterback. Second down 10, the Steelers at their own 32-yard line. Webster's over the football. Flanker left, split end to the right to the far side of the field, and the handoff to the second man through. Blyer comes up over the 35 and rips his way on to the 39-yard line. Blyer, the second man through, found the hole. They spot the ball back at the 38-yard line where he touched down. Cliff Harris gets credit for the tackle. It's going to be third down and 4.
Linebacker Tom Anderson just managing to get a hand on Rocky to trip him up. Otherwise, he is across the 40 and well beyond for a first down.
Swann aligns to the far side, and Stallworth comes left. Running backs are split. Blyer and Harris. Bradshaw under center. Bradshaw drops back. Bradshaw runs forward. Here's Bradshaw. Angling to the near side over the 40. Still running into the 45 and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Bradshaw, resourceful as ever, coming forward to the 40, angling to the near side, and stepping out of bounds at the 45-yard line. He has a first down for the Steelers.
And to get it, he had to turn on the speed and beat 34-year-old linebacker Leroy Jordan. Terry did just that. Jordan appeared to have a good angle on him, but Terry gave him a burst, made for the sideline, and the Steelers are in business with the first down at their own 45-yard line.
Thus far, it has been an exciting football game. We're in the second quarter, the Cowboys leading 10-7. 13:43 in this opening half remaining. Bradshaw sets his ball club up at the Pittsburgh 45. Bradshaw gives it to Franco, running to the left, runs into trouble, cuts forward, goes to 50, breaks the tackle, and down to the Dallas 45-yard line. They will spot it inside at the 44.5 with a tackle made by Leroy Jordan, the middle linebacker. Franco, with some great running that time, picks up a first down for the Steelers. Their sixth of the afternoon. He appeared to be in trouble behind the line of scrimmage, made his cut forward, ran over someone, and then galloped into Dallas territory, and they have it inside the 45.
Well, yes, Charlie Waters, a defensive back, was in that backfield, but Rocky got just enough of him to free Franco, who made good yardage on the play.
Steelers come out of the huddle, and Dallas throws up a five-man front with a backer pulled in tight on the right side. They line up in the I formation. Blair at the top of the I. Here's Bradshaw flipping it into the left flat to Stallworth. He's in trouble, and he's brought down at the 49-yard line. Stallworth, as they attempted to set up a flanker screen, was a dead pigeon out there. Harvey Martin got him, and they bring him down back near the 50-yard line, a loss of 5 yards on the play, as they failed to set up the screen, and Stallworth was in trouble from the very start. Completed pass for negative yardage. Bradshaw is 3 for 4.
Yes, Mel Renfro was in there right away, although he didn't make the tackle. The only man near Stallworth who could give him a block had to take care of Renfro, and then the next man, of course, flattered Stallworth.
Bradshaw passing. Bradshaw sets up and throws, and there's his man Stallworth with a fantastic, can't hold on to it. It is covered. Now what will they rule? He held it, and they're going to rule. It is a completed pass down to the Dallas 37. Stallworth held on to that ball, was hit, forced back, juggled it, finally lost it, and the official rules it was blown dead at the Dallas 37-yard line. Great break for the Steelers, a great catch by Stallworth. It will be third down and about 2.5 yards to go.
And what a catch it was, because he had to leap just as high as he possibly has ever leaped in his lifetime. He was really up in the air stretching for that one.
Stallworth's second catch of the game, his fourth catch of the playoffs. Pittsburgh, third down and about 2.5 yards to go. Bradshaw lines them up. Bradshaw giving the ball to Harris, and he is nailed. Harris on a cross buck into the middle of the line, coming right to left, is stopped short of the 35-yard line. Let's see where they uncover the ball. Too Tall Jones, Jethro Pugh, and Harvey Martin in on the tackle. They set it back to the 36. It will be fourth down, 1.5 yards to go. They picked up about 1 yard on the play. All right, here comes Randy Grossman on the field. Jim Clack comes on the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The two wide receivers come out. Fourth down, 1.5 yards to make, and the Steelers will go for it at the Dallas 36-yard line. Talk about conservative football. This is not the type of football we've seen during the regular season. This is normally a punting situation. Here's Bradshaw back to pass, firing to the far side, and it is juggled and dropped by Franco Harris. The defensive play put on Harris on the far side of the field by Cliff Harris. The pass was on the mark. Franco took it, appeared to have it, juggled it, and lost it. The pass is incomplete. Dallas will take over at its own 36-yard line. Time out on the field with a score Dallas 10, Pittsburgh 7. We'll be right back.
Well, it was not a typical Chaz Knoll play, but the Steelers appeared to be getting away with it as Terry Bradshaw threw that pass into Franco Harris's hands. Franco, however, did not make a clean catch, and here came Cliff Harris, perhaps, well, certainly one of the hardest hitters in the National Football League, and you better make a clean catch when that guy is coming. And he hit Franco, and the ball popped loose for an incomplete pass. So the Dallas Cowboys take over at their own 36-yard line. And I was surprised, very frankly, that Chaz Knoll would go for it on fourth and a legitimate 1 yard to go, but he went for it, and it didn't work.
Dallas has the football. First and 10 at its own 36. John Fitzgerald goes over the ball now. Roger Staubach steps in, shifts them. Staubach takes, gives, and the carrier, Robert Newhouse, gets short yardage. and is gang tackled along the 38-yard line. He'll get a couple of yards out of the play. Newhouse was the ball carrier. Down at the bottom of it, J.T. Thomas, along with him, Steve Furness, who is now in there for the Steelers. Furness in his fourth year out of Rhode Island, 6'4", 255 pounds, playing in place of Joe Green.
We've got 10 minutes and 28 seconds left in the second quarter. The Steelers defense thus far has not delivered the big play. Glenn Edwards had a chance at an interception, couldn't hold the ball.
Call it close to a 3-yard gain, second down, and a long 7 yards to go for the Dallas Cowboys. They move left to right, and they lead 10-7. Shift their setbacks wide, and Staubach drops back, stops short. Now he fires, and the pass is complete up to the 44-yard line. Immediately, the receiver, Doug Dennison, who had come out of the backfield, was hit by Jack Ham and brought down, but he makes it to the 44-yard line, about the 44 and a half. And that's going to leave him a couple of yards short of a first down, about a yard and a half for the first down on third down coming up.
Steve Furness fouled into Roger Staubach, but just a little bit too late. He, of course, had gotten the throw off.
Dennison getting his third catch of the playoffs, his first one of the afternoon. We have Staubach 3 for 5 passing, 1 for a touchdown. Near hash mark, Cowboys out of the huddle. Sending the flanker to the left to the far side, splitting it end to the near side. The Cowboys shift into the eye. Preston Pearson is the tailback. Staubach takes and fakes. He's back to throw, lobs it out to the left, and it is incomplete. Along the 48-yard line, Newhouse, the intended receiver, was hit by Jack Lambert. The pass is overthrown, and it falls incomplete. So Pittsburgh has stopped Dallas on a key third down play. Cowboys will be forced to give up the football, and the Pittsburgh fans applaud the defense. Glenn Edwards and Dave Brown drop back. Edwards, the veteran. Brown, the rookie, the number 1 draft pick from Michigan. Standing in the area of the Pittsburgh 10. Mitch Hoops, at his own 30, is in punt formation. Had an earlier punt of 40 yards. He has the wind behind him. Low snap, he handles it. He gets away a bad kick. Low trajectory, wobbly down at the 24. Picked off at the 19-yard line, and Glenn Edwards gets forward only to the 22 and a half before he is brought down. With that low kick, they got down amazingly fast under it. He could not field it on the fly. Had to take it on the bounce. That takes time. Kyle Davis put the grab on him at the 22 and a half yard line. So the kick carried down to the Pittsburgh 19. That was Dave Brown that made the catch. Give it to Brown rather than Edwards. And he took it at the 19, brought it to the 22 and a half. So the Cowboys have given the ball back to the Steelers. How long was the punt?
Well, it was from the Dallas 44-yard line, Jack, so it would have been about 36 yards.
Right. First and 10 for the Steelers at their own 22 and a half. Trailing 10-7. Handoff to Blyer. Barely tripped up as he cross-bucked through the middle. Somebody reached out and put a grab on his ankle, bringing him down near the 25-yard line. Charlie Waters gets credit for the tackle, and Rocky that time needed but a step on that one particular defensive player to get additional yardage because he had the hole, and he reached out and grabbed him to the ankle, and down he came. Out of the huddle, Lynn Swann lines up out to the right. Swann a flanker, splitting John Stallworth to the near side, and Bradshaw goes back to pass. Bradshaw looking, throwing it, it's broken up at the 40-yard line. Great play by D.D. Lewis, who was backing up and stumbling. Pass was intended apparently for Stallworth. Blyer was wide open, short to the left, coming out of the backfield. Bradshaw went long, and D.D. Lewis, the right side linebacker, a 7-year veteran from Ole Miss, stumbling, backing up, reached out and knocked it down at the 40-yard line.
So again, we see Bradshaw throwing on first down. We've got 8:31 left in the second quarter. He's got plenty of, second down. But the comparison is, of course, with earlier in the game where they were sticking pretty much to the ground.
All right, it's 3rd and 8 now at the 25-yard line. Dallas makes some adjustments in its defense. 2 linebackers now, 5 defensive backs. Cowboys darting against the pass, which appears to be obvious. Bradshaw drops back. Bradshaw hit. Bradshaw goes down to the 20-yard line. Bradshaw hit on a fine play that time by Harvey Martin. Randy White was in there. He had been one of the substitutes that came in just before the play. So Bradshaw sacked for the first time this afternoon.
Yes, Randy White actually was pinned down on the bottom of a pile, but he managed to get a hand free and reach out and pull Bradshaw down.
Golden Richards, a single receiver for the Cowboys. Bobby Walden standing in his own 7 in punt formation. The snap to Walden, and Walden gets away a high wobbly kick. Golden Richards calls for the fair catch, takes the ball, kneels with it at his own 48-yard line. So, a 32-yard punt by Walden, and the Cowboys have the ball back once again. Steelers football continues after this brief timeout.
So Bobby Walden kicking into the wind and kicking the ball high, did not kick it far. 32 yards to the Dallas 48-yard line, and Dallas Cowboys have 8 minutes and 4 seconds to put more points on the board. They lead in this ball game 10-7. The second quarter has not been as spectacular as the first quarter, but it's been lively. And the thing about this ball game is that whereas most people look for the defenses to dominate, both teams have shown an ability to move the ball against the other's defense. So it's not terrifically surprising to me, because before the game I pointed out that I had a suspicion that we would see a rather spectacular ball game, simply because the Cowboys have a reputation for using the unexpected and going for the big play. The Steelers are a team that puts points on the board, so I wasn't really looking for one of these 7-7 games. Well, you're not going to have a 7-7 game, but you know what I mean, a low-scoring ball game. Things have settled down, however, a little. It's 10-7 Cowboys, and after a rather lengthy timeout, the Cowboys are ready to put it in play at their 48-yard line.
Myron, what are you going to do next Sunday without a football game? She'll have you moving the garbage pails again. Cowboys out of the huddle, slot right formation. Well, actually, put it this way, a split end to the right and a flanker outside the split end. They shift into the eye. Nobody in the slot. Here is Staubach back deep, looking, plenty of time, looking, throwing wide open at the Pittsburgh 42. Ball caught by Preston Pearson, and he's nailed on the spot by Jack Ham. Preston Pearson in the open at the 42-yard line. That one is very near to a first down. They have brought the football and spotted it at the 42, and now they'll take a look at the sticks to determine.
Second down, about a foot.
They call it second down and a foot to go. The Cowboys strike on their 7th pass, their 4th completion of the afternoon, and Pearson getting his 13th catch of the playoffs. You may recall against L.A. he had 3 touchdown catches. All right, here's a fumble on the handoff, a dive for the football. Who has it? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Nope, the Dallas Cowboys. Official finally signaled in the other direction. Staubach trying to hand off on the play, and there was a fumble and a dive for the football, and it was recovered by the Cowboys. Back at the 43.
Well, Staubach recovered it, I believe himself. I'm not sure about that, but he juggled the snap, and then he tried to hand off to Dennison, hitting up the middle. The ball bounced off Dennison's hip, but the Cowboys recovered, so they've got it at the 43-yard line of the Steelers.
John Fugit and Billy Joe Dupre are both in there, a pair of tight ends. A new offense now, 2 tight ends, flanker wide right. There's Staubach, stopping short, throwing out to the far side, and it is complete at the Pittsburgh 37 on the sideline to Preston Pearson. Angling to the sideline, Pearson took it, forced out of bounds by Glenn Edwards, and they have come up with a first down. Staubach has completed 5 of 8 passes. Preston, his 2nd catch of the afternoon. Dallas getting its 5th first down of the day, and the Cowboys appear to be on the move again.
And the Steelers, again, are not coming up with the big defensive play. Twice today, the Cowboys have fumbled, but the Steelers have recovered neither of those.
All right, it is first down 10 for the Cowboys at the Steeler 37. Hand off to Robert Newhouse. Swings left, cuts back, and is caught at the 35-yard line. Brought down at the 34 as he leans forward. And the tackle made by Mike Wagner, the 5-year veteran from Western Illinois. Gain of 2 yards on the play. Second down 8 for the Cowboys. They lead 10-7 with 6:15 to play in the second quarter.
And while Andy Russell was being taken out of the play by a blocker, Wagner came up very nicely to fill the hole and make the stop.
Ball is at the Pittsburgh 34-yard line in possession of the Cowboys. John Fitzgerald goes over the ball. Ralph Neely, Burton Wallace, Blaine Nye, Rayfield Wright, the interior line along with Fitzgerald. Staubach drops back. They're after him, and he gets rid of the football, and it's incomplete. Preston Pearson in the left flat area was trying to catch it. He was nailed by Jack Ham, or rather by Jack Lambert. Dwight White and Ernie Holmes had the rush on Staubach. Then Preston had something to say to Lambert, may have put a hand on him, and Lambert spun away from him. So a little flurry of feelings between Lambert and Preston Pearson.
Yes, Lambert's got a temper. He was at it with Rocky Blyer in practice this week. The word got around that they had actually had a fight. Well, it hadn't reached that stage, really, and actually Lambert had kind of made a joke out of it, laughed it up by the time the thing was over and done with. So anyhow, the Cowboys have the ball at the Steelers 34, now 3rd and long.
Dallas tight end John Fugit is out of the ball game with a pulled hamstring. Lambert has gone to the sidelines. Jimmy Allen is in as the 5th defensive back for the Steelers. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Cowboys in the shotgun, direct snap to Staubach. He's back there looking now, running forward. He's nailed. He gets loose again. He's going to throw the football. He has lots of time. Now he throws, and he's got a man wide open. The pass is caught at the 27-yard line. Pulled in by Charlie Young, and finally forced out of bounds here at the 20-yard line. Mike Wagner made the play on him. They had Staubach, and he got away. Scrambling. Had lots of time to throw as he scrambled and scrambled again. And finally, you can only hold up so long in the defensive secondary. There was Charlie Young to catch the football, and he was brought down near the 20-yard line.
And it appeared that L.C. Greenwood, he was the guy. L.C. was going to sack Staubach. He looked like he had a good shot at him, but he just could not hold him.
Charlie Young's first catch is second of the playoffs, a 14-yard pass play. And Staubach pitches out to Newhouse, and Newhouse is nailed by Andy Russell. Back at the 24-yard line, a pitch out to the left side, and Russell was right there to grab Robert Newhouse. By all intents and purposes, Staubach should have been sacked. But he is not that easy to grab, and he showed his resourcefulness as he got rid of the football and got it down to Charles Young, advancing to the 20. Now we break up the play, a 4-yard loss. Andy Russell making the tackle.
And a great tackle. He just ran down Ralph Neely, a big offensive lineman. Great play by Russell.
2nd down and a short 14 yards to go for the Dallas Cowboys. Staubach drops back. The rush is on. They've got him. Oh, did they get him back at the 37-yard line? L.C. Greenwood got to him first. Dwight White was right there along with him. Ernie Holmes was close by. And they're going to mark the ball back at the 35-yard line. The second time that Staubach has been sacked this afternoon. All the way back to the 35-yard line on a great play by L.C. Greenwood.
L.C. and Joe Green working what they call it a game where L.C. loops around Joe, and he just tore through there, nobody to stop him, and made the sack.
3rd down now and 25 yards to go for the Dallas Cowboys at the Pittsburgh 35. Dallas leading 10-7 with 4:37 to play in the second quarter. The clock is turning at the Miami Orange Bowl. Out of the huddle, they send Drew Pearson to the left and bring Golden Richards to the right. Now they shift into the shotgun. Receivers in all directions. Staubach on the direct snap is back there looking. They're trying to get to him. Now they're after him. Now they've got him, but Staubach goes down back at the 46-yard line. Staubach running into the Iron Curtain. Dwight got him. Spots the football at the Pittsburgh 45.5-yard line. The Steeler defense sacking Staubach for the 3rd time this afternoon, and these people in front of us waving their Steeler banners. Bring on Mitch Hoops to punt the football. Great defensive play.
The Steeler front four was just ferocious. Joe Green giving 2 guys a lot of trouble. White making the sack.
Hoops in punt formation, standing at his own 40 with the wind behind him. Edwards and Brown are downfield. Edwards to the near side, Brown to the far side. Spiraling kick. Brown wants the fair catch. And ball goes wide of him and out of bounds on the far side at the 6-yard line. What a kick by Mitch Hoops. So the line of scrimmage back near the 45. He gets a 39-yard punt. Kicks it out of bounds near the 6-yard line. Very effective punt to the far coffin corner. And Pittsburgh, as they spot it at the 5.5, will put it in play 1st and 10. 3:47 remaining to play in the first half.
Brown could have fielded that ball, but he would have been foolish to have done so. He did the only wise thing because it's very tricky down there when you're near the goal line, and the Steelers are now at the 6-yard line.
Staubach has been sacked 3 times for a total of 27 yards on the afternoon. Bradshaw giving the ball to Rocky Blyer, swinging left, top behind the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, comes to the left, turns the corner at the 5, and is out of bounds on the near side of the field at the 8-yard line. Larry Cole and Dave Edwards made the defensive play as the Rock ran out of running room coming to the near side of the field. The clock stops. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the second period. The Dallas Cowboys are leading 10-7. The edge being a 36-yard field goal that Tony Fritsch kicked with only 15 seconds gone from the clock in the second quarter. Pittsburgh comes out of the huddle, and Bradshaw lines them up at their own 8-yard line. Bradshaw steps under center. Bradshaw takes the give to Franco Harris, running to the right, cutting back, trying to find his way to the 10-yard line, and he's gang tackled and thrown back at the 10. Dave Edwards got the initial hit on him. He makes it to the 10, a gain of about 2 yards on the play. But it will be third down and 6 yards to go for the Steelers, and 4 substitutions come on for the Dallas Cowboys. So they alter their defense for a third down play with 6 yards to go. Bill Gregory is out there, 5-year veteran from Wisconsin. Randy Hughes is out there as a 5th defensive back. 2 linebackers for the Cowboys. Bradshaw is deep, and they're firing downfield. Swann going after cover, and it's double. Swann catches another circus catch inside the Dallas 45-yard line. Gets up and goes inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line, and a defensive player right on his back. It's Mark Washington. The ball bounced into the air. Swann lying on his back, cut the ball, and circus smasher got up and right again, went down inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. A sensational catch for the Steelers. Lynn Swann, heavily covered downfield, juggled the football and got away from him. He went down, cut it on his back, got up and ran again. It's a first down for the Steelers.
And how about that? That's 2 sensational catches in this ball game by a leaping Lynn Swann, the guy who was put out of the Oakland Raiders playoff game with the concussion when they played the bongo drums on his head. There were thoughts that he would be, well, he might hear footsteps today. He's been great.
Lou Kreck will add up the yards on that one, a big play. 53 yards as the Steelers move into Dallas territory. Bradshaw drops back again. Bradshaw is deep and looking, firing down the middle. There comes Swann. He can't get to it at the 6-yard line, coming down and across. Mark Washington was lost behind him, but Swann could not quite get to the football, and it fell incomplete.
He was the wide open. He is beating Mark Washington like a drum. Well, I shouldn't say that perhaps because Washington was on that previous play. He was on the ball. Swann just made a fantastic catch, but this time he did have Washington well beaten, but the pass, well, he just couldn't get to it. A little underthrown and a little too far to the near side of the field.
Well, it's second down 10. We get the 2-minute warning here in the first half, and we'll be right back.
Well, we've raved about the catch that Lynn Swann made a few moments ago, but how about the throw? How about Terry Bradshaw standing a yard deep in his end zone on third down and laying that ball out there way downfield right on the money? So it was a pressure toss by Bradshaw, and the Steelers right now have second down and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. And Bradshaw had to hit on that pass. Well, I won't say he had to, but if he had not, the Steelers would have been punting from their own end zone. The pressure then would have been on their defense for sure, but instead we have the Steelers on the move. 1:59 remaining in the first half. They trail the Cowboys 10-7.
This is what I would call an elevator football game. The crowd has done nothing but go up and down. What an afternoon, and what action. It is second down 10 at the Dallas 37. Bradshaw sets them up. He's ready to go. Bradshaw takes. The give is to Blyer. Over the right side, cuts back at the 35 and drives down to the 30-yard line. He's inside of the 29, short of a first down. But a fine game by Rocky Blyer. Tackle made by D.D. Lewis, the right side linebacker. They spot the ball back at the 30, and it's going to be third down and 2 yards to go for the Steelers as we come on with Randy Grossman and Jim Clack. Now, the Steelers, in a situation like this, scored by passing, and on another recent drive, barely failed when Franco Harris could not hold on to the football. So the Cowboys will be guarding against the pass possibilities. 2 tight ends, flanker close on the right side. Bradshaw, the quarterback. Here's Bradshaw, giving to Franco, and he leaks through the center of the line. He's down to the 27-yard line. He has a first down. Franco Harris leaping through that line, finally brought down by Leroy Jordan, the middle linebacker of the Dallas Cowboys. The Steelers have picked up a first down. It is a critical first down, their 8th of the afternoon, and they immediately call timeout to stop the clock. 1:10 remaining to play in the first half. The ball is at the Dallas 27-yard line in possession of the Steelers, and we've got ourselves a ball game.
You betcha. And on that run for the first down. Franco Harris, well, it shows it's one of the big reasons he's so good. He can find the slightest crack, and he can cut on a dime. He was forced to just shade his run a little bit to the left, and just enough to find a tiny crack of a hole, and he got through there for the first down to the 26.5-yard line of the Cowboys in 1 minute and 10 seconds. That's plenty of time.
Myron, in this final game of the season, let me cite a super crew in our Steeler radio booth. J.D. Fogarty spotting to my right, Lou Craig spotting to my left, and the noted skier from Aspen, Tom Leslie, our producer, chief engineer. Leslie is also our babysitter on all road trips, and Leslie is the only man in the Super Bowl today who has stayed in 3 hotels this week in Miami.
What's the matter? Isn't he paying his rent?
I don't. He got in one that didn't have any hot water. He went to another one that didn't have a bed, and he wound up in one now with no furniture at all in the room, but he's sleeping on the floor. And Leslie doesn't complain. As soon as the Super Bowl's over, he takes off for Aspen, and we won't see him again till spring. Here they come out of the huddle. First down, 10 yards to go. At the Dallas 27, flanker right, split in left. Bradshaw back to throw. Look out. Bradshaw, they got him. He's running now, hits one of his own blockers. Running back to the left. He's going to throw it. He does throw it. And it's complete inside the 20-yard line. Bradshaw hits Larry Brown, the tight end, at the Dallas 19. Bradshaw skipping like a ballerina. They had him. They didn't have him. He went right. He went left. He dropped back, and he finally got rid of the football and hit Larry Brown. And Leroy Jordan and Charlie Waters made the stop. We are seeing some kind of quarterbacking by Staubach and Bradshaw.
I'll tell you, it was some scramble, and 6'9", Too Tall Jones was the guy who almost sacked him.
All right, here they go again. Handoff is to Rocky Blyer, trying to slant it to the right side of the line. We'll go to the 18-yard line. The clock is turning down to 37 seconds. Too Tall Jones gets the tackle. Larry Brown, his first catch of the afternoon on the previous play. It is his third catch of the playoffs. The Steelers stop the clock with a timeout. They're at the Dallas 19. It will be 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And where are we on timeout? I think they have 1 remaining. 1 left.
And on that throw to Larry Brown, he dropped the football, Brown did, as 2 tacklers hit him, but they ruled that it was a good catch. D.D. Lewis, the linebacker who had fallen on the football, was screaming mad, and it reminded us of last year's Super Bowl when Larry Brown made a catch and then the ball got loose, and they gave him the catch, and the many Vikes said, hey, you robbed us, you bums. Well, this one, I don't think there was a whole lot of question about it. It looked to me like the play was blown dead. And I'm certainly not going to quibble with the results. The ball is at the Dallas 19. The Steelers have 3rd down and a long 2 to go. We've got 32 seconds left on the clock. That's still plenty of time to score. So let's see. Will Terry Bradshaw throw for this first down? Throw for the end zone? Will he send Franco through that line? Well, we'll know in a moment.
This first out, the Steelers appear to have the advantage in the close calls by the officials. Dallas has had the advantage in those close breaks, such as that mishandling of a snap by Bobby Walden, the thing you seldom see. Bradshaw ready to go now. 3rd down, about 2 yards to make. Bradshaw dropping back. Bradshaw will throw to the near side on a comebacker. It is broken up. Trying to hit Stallworth down inside the 5-yard line, looping into the coffin corner. D.D. Lewis and Mel Renfro covering the play. The pass is incomplete. And that brings on Roy Girella in an attempt to tie up this ball game. Now Girella in the playoffs has made 1 of 3 field goal attempts on the season. He made 17 of 21. This will be a 36-yard attempt into the wind. He's made 1 for 1 in the playoffs from this range, 5 of 7 in the regular season. Now Dallas is going to call a timeout. The Cowboys want Girella to think about it. A little psychological advantage they're trying to get. And I'm trying to see where the wind is right at the moment. It is breezy. It is not gusting heavily. It is still coming from the northwest. So Girella's got it coming at him from an angle. And it all depends on how the snap comes, whether it is gusting. Now here it is gusting up as we're talking to you. It dies down from time to time. So the whole problem will be kicking when it's not gusting.
And you were right about Dallas's motive, I'm sure, Jack, in calling the timeout. They want Girella to think about it. So these 2 teams are pulling out all the stops today. But Roy Girella's been here a while, and I would doubt that he will be affected by this strategy. Girella does have that wind to contend with, but Girella, he knows how to measure that wind. He knows how to place the kick, taking the wind into consideration. He is, of course, an outstanding kicker. So here he's ready to go now at the kicking from the 26-yard line.
Tom Bender points out Charlie Waters thought they had 12 men on the field. He started off and came back, and that's the timeout. The ball is down at the 26. Jarrella kicks it. It is long enough. It is wide. It is no good. Jarrella's 36-yard field goal attempt failed. Wide left. 22 seconds to play in the first half. Jarrella apparently getting that wind. Now the wind is coming from the other side, from an angle. And if the kick carried left, Jarrella previously had made 5 out of 7 in the same range during the regular season, 1 out of 1 in the playoffs. 10-7 ball game in favor of the Cowboys. They will run out the clock now. 22 seconds remaining in the first half. Roger Staubach gives to Robert Newhouse. Cuts into the right side of the line. One tackle missed by Ernie Holmes, but he's caught by Dwight White and brought down at the 25-yard line. And the clock is turning with 10 seconds remaining in the first half, and they're going to let it run out. What a first half this has been. The first quarter may be one of the best in Super Bowl history, and it continued to rage up and down the field during the second period. And now the clock has run out. We're at the end of the first half of the ball game. The score, Dallas 10, Pittsburgh 7.
Pearl that came up here said, Phyllis George, take us up with people in this super halftime show.
I would love to. We have hundreds and hundreds of young kids from 40 states and 17 foreign countries presenting for you some of the greatest sounds in American history. They performed in 38 countries over the years. The inception was in 1965. It's an educational program from the University of Arizona. I think we're going to enjoy it. And I really feel very privileged that we get a chance to hear these great kids perform.
Which isn't very old compared to the ancient civilizations of Asia, Africa, and Europe. Some folks say we've come a long way. Others say we've got a long way to go. And you know, probably both are right.
And have been here before. The Greeks some 30 centuries, and the British aren't quite sure.
The Austrians couldn't tell ya,
'cause they forgot to keep score.
the Swiss are 700, and the Romans ain't no more.
200 years and just a baby. 200 years and just a child. Growing like a weed, kinda rough, kinda wild. And someday she's gonna be quite a lady. Yes, she's 200 years and just a baby.
Yes, 200 years. A country made up of practically every race and nationality under the sun. They all had their different kinds of music. Then came new songs and new dances, telling the story as it unfolded from the Virginia reel to rock, and from the Charleston to the hustle. from where it all began.
I tell you, Phyllis and Herb, you watch and listen to young people like that, and you get a lot of confidence in the next 200 years, folks.
Shadows beginning to lengthen here at the Orange Bowl. Here comes Fritch, and he kicks it well. Wobbly but long. Coming down on the far side, Mel Blunt at the 10 over the 15. The 20 goes to the sideline, the 25, and he's fielded a solid hit at the 25-yard line. What a tackle put on Mel Blunt on the far side of the field by Thomas Henderson.
18 yards to the 26.
They will give him the 26. Henderson was the guy who took the ball on that reverse on the opening kickoff. And he put the hit on Mel Blunt. Now it is imperative that the Steelers keep the momentum they had at the end of the first half and move this football. We're going right to left here in the third quarter. Steelers in black jerseys, gold pants, black helmets. Dallas in white jerseys and the light blue pants and the silver helmets. And off is to Franco. Franco hits into the middle of the line, and he's up to the 29 and stopped. Larry Cole at the bottom of the play for the Dallas Cowboys. Cole is an 8-year veteran from Hawaii. They will spot the ball at the 29-yard line, a gain of 3 yards, second down 7. Not a winner as far as Chuck Noll's measurement of a first down play. 3 of them will get you the 10 yards. You'd like to have 4 on that play, at least. Dallas with 4 down linemen. A delay and a pitch out to the right side to Rocky Blyer, and he's trapped, and he's going down back at the 23-yard line. Rocky Blyer covered by Too Tall Jones and Harvey Martin. Make that Franco Harris. I've mixed up Frenchie Fuqua and Franco. I've never mixed up Franco and Rocky before. A delay and a fake by Bradshaw, and then the pitch, and they had it all the way.
Well, I'll tell you, I know it was Franco because he got up from the pile, but a guy walked in front of me. That's a wonderful boost, just as the handoff was executed, so I never saw anybody get the handoff. This is terrific.
We're looking out between people. They're very nice people. They've been kind to us, but we're right in the stands, as we told you. It is 3rd down now, and along 12. Bradshaw backpedals. Bradshaw sets up and throws, and Larry Brown juggles it. He is held. No flag. Larry Brown had no reasonable opportunity to catch that ball as his arms were being held by Cliff Harris. It was not seen that way by the men down on the field, so Pittsburgh will give up the football. And that is a vital series. 12th pass officially by Bradshaw with 6 completed. Bobby Walden is on in punt formation, kicking into the wind, standing at his own 10-yard line. Golden Richards, a single receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, back at the Dallas 40, the snap, and Walden gets it away under a big rush. Richards calls for the fair catch and takes it at his own 42-yard line. So Bobby Walden punts the football to the Dallas Cowboys, and with great field position, Dallas has the ball, and I don't believe they've been in bad field position all day.
And that's just a kick of about 33 yards, so another short kick. Walden, of course, kicking into the wind. So Dallas, yes, will have field position at their own 42-yard line. We're in the early moments of the second half.
It's about time for the big defensive play, the interception or the fumble recovery. That's what we need right now. We'll run over this Pittsburgh defense for you in a moment. Greenwood, Green, Holmes, and White up front, needless to say. Now they're shifting into the I formation. Staubach calling the signals. Pitch back goes to Preston. Swings to the left. He's at the 40. And at the 41, he is picked up and stood on his head. Mel Blunt was there to meet Preston Pearson. Not only tackled him, but stood him on his head at the 41.5-yard line, so there is no gain on the play.
So Preston Pearson on 2 carries today has made 0 yardage. Mel Blunt that time making the tackle along with Jack Lambert.
2nd down and 10 yards to go. Ham, Lambert, and Russell are the linebackers. Thomas and Blunt are the corners. Wagner and Edwards the safeties for the Steelers. Steelers deploy. Staubach inside handoff. Ball carried by Doug Dennison. Rips in there and gets over the 45. He may have the 46-yard line. He ran into Ernie Holmes. Jack Lambert was there to cover the play along with L.C. Greenwood. And the ball is spotted at the 45-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. 3rd and 7 for the Dallas Cowboys. They lead 10-7. On the margin of a field goal by Tony Fritsch, a 36-yarder. Roy Chiarella missed a 36-yarder. But they were kicking at opposite ends of the field. Steve Furness is into the ball game, replacing Joe Green. Dallas out of the huddle. Drew Pearson comes to the right. Golden Richards to the left. They line up in the shotgun, giving them, in effect, almost a triple wing. And Staubach has the snap. Now he fires to the near side and intercepted by J.P. at the 40. He's back over the 45. He's running to the 50, the Dallas 40, the 35, the 30. Inside the 30 goes down to the Dallas 25-yard line. I called it. I said they needed a big interception. And there he was. J.T. Thomas made the interception at his own 40-yard line. Took it to the Dallas 25 and was tackled by Charles Young. And we're right back in this thing once again.
Well, he was throwing from the shotgun. The Steelers say he drops back so far he had considerably longer to throw that it would help them probably to make an interception. I believe it was intended for Charles Young, but J.C. picked it up, took it back, 25, 35 yards all told the Steelers at the Dallas 25.
35-yard return by J.T. Thomas on the interception. His first interception in the playoffs, in the postseason play. Here's the handoff to Franco. Franco trying to find running room along the left side of the line and finally slants down to the 22.5-yard line. Leroy Jordan and Dave Edwards coming off the play. Trying to draw a comparison, and it didn't sound good, but he looked like a rat trying to get out of the trap that time, trying to find the hole. That doesn't sound too good, but honest to goodness, he was running along that line looking for an opening, trying to get away from the big cap from Dallas. He made it to the 22, a gain of 3 yards, 2nd down 7. Then Swann very wide to the right to the far side of the field, and if you're watching, John Stallworth is flanked to the near side. Running backs are set fairly wide, and the handoff to Harris. Blyer blocking. Here's Franco cutting back and going down to the 16-yard line. Charlie Waters got the grab on him, and he is very near to a first down.
And it looks like it was going to be run off the end. Rocky Blyer wide to the right blocking, but Franco cut up the middle, gained some yardage, took it to the 16-yard line, and we'll have a yard to go on third down.
J.T. Thomas had 3 interceptions over the season, and this is the 4th for the 1975 campaign for J.T. Third down and 1. Davis is in. Randy Grossman is in. 2 inside, a flanker to the right. Hand off is to Harris, and he's driving off the left side, and he has the first down. Oh, it was tight. He does, I believe. At the 15-yard line, holding on for dear life was Mel Renfro, the 12-year veteran cornerback. Now the ruling was where he touched down, and he has the first down. 9th in the afternoon for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just a great effort by Franco Harris.
Yes, Renfro met him at the line of scrimmage, perhaps even a bit behind, but he lunged across that 15-yard stripe for the first down.
Out of the huddle they come. Sending Lynn Swann to the right. John Stallworth to the left. A couple of second-year receivers and Goodwin. Bradshaw takes the end around. He's running with the football, and he's going to be nailed for a slight loss. I don't know whether it was a broken play or a fake, but Swann came around as though to take the football on the end around. Bradshaw kept it and ran to the right. Too Tall Jones and Jethro Pugh put the grab on him. We're going to pause now for station identification. All right, the Steelers lose a yard. It is second down 11. At the Dallas 16-yard line. We're in the third quarter. Dallas leading 10-7. Slot formation to the left wide. Bradshaw backs up. Bradshaw throwing to the end zone. And he overthrows. Then Swann, who was in trouble trying to get into the end zone, Stallworth deep and made a move in toward the goalpost, and Swann could not get to the football. Pass is incomplete. Mark Washington covering defensively on the play, and it will be third down 11, and here comes Frenchie Fuqua. The Count de Paris has entered the ball game for the first time. He could not play in the Super Bowl a year ago because he was coming off an injury.
Yes, he had those injured wrists that required surgery, but the Frenchman is in this ball game today, and let's see what happens.
Slot right. Running backs are Harris and Fuqua. Third down 11 at the Dallas 16. Bradshaw is back. Bradshaw cranks up and throws. A leaping try at the goal line. Incomplete. Then Swann, well covered by Mark Washington, and Swann made a great effort, went high in the air, got a hand on the football, could not hold it, came down rather chagrined and waved an arm at the defender.
Well, Bradshaw floated the football. He threw it badly. Swann did give it a big effort, tried to make the one-handed catch, couldn't do it, so Roy Jarrella will try the field goal from the 23-yard line. It'll be a 33-yard kick.
33-yard attempt in that tricky wind, and he's looking into the sun, trying to get his angle. Ball is down. Walden's holding. Jarrella kicks it. Is it good? No good. No good. Jarrella has missed from 33 yards. The field goal has failed. It's 10-7 Dallas, and we'll be right back.
So Roy Jarrella has missed field goals of 36 and now 33 yards. He's not having a good day. That's putting it mildly. He's been kicking them. Both of those were kicked against that crosswind, and obviously it's giving Jarrella trouble. These were not long field goals to kick. He normally is in charge on those kind, but right now Roy Jarrella could be a goat in this ball game with 2 misses. The Steelers, of course, trailing the Dallas Cowboys 10-7 with a little more than 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. We're having another long timeout on the field. Right after that attempted field goal, Cliff Harris got into it with a few Steelers, but his teammates pulled him away, and I guess Jack Lambert was the guy he wanted to slug.
Cowboys have the ball at their own 20. First down at 10 yards to go. Now they send the man in motion from the wide spot right and hand off the ball to Pearson. Finds the hole, drives up over the 25 and on to the 29-yard line. Jack Lambert made the tackle. So Preston Pearson gets his first game running today. He's been a pass receiver on 2 occasions. And that play carried for 9 yards. He has moved the football to the Dallas 29-yard line. Now you have to watch and observe very carefully to see whether this team will maintain its championship poise or will it be deflated? After that drive was stopped short, And Jarella's second field goal attempt of the afternoon failed. Out of the I formation, 2 tight ends. And the play is failed, but a first down is recorded at the 31-yard line. Jack Lambert grabbed Robert Newhouse as he waited in there and brought him down, but he has enough yardage for the first down. Cowboys pick up their 7th first down of the afternoon in a very evenly played ball game, but the Cowboys are leading 10-7. Now the pace of the ball game has dropped off steadily since a wild and woolly first quarter. Cowboys coming out of the huddle. Sending Drew Pearson to the left. Golden Richards splits right. Running backs Newhouse and Pearson. Preston shifts to the top of the eye. Staubach gives to the inside man Newhouse. He dives in there and is nailed after about a yard gain. Tempers flaring over and over, and we got Lambert down there shaking his fist and yelling. L.C. Greenwood and Ernie Holmes made the stop, and Lambert is just delivering a message.
He is playing in a fury. I don't know whether he's hollering at the Dallas players or at the officials, but Jack Lambert is furious.
He's going to lose about a half yard on that play. Newhouse had nowhere to go. It's imperative to shut him off right now. We're in the third quarter, 7:33 to go in this period on a turning clock. And they've got Doug Dennison in the backfield. Staubach gives the ball to Newhouse. Big hole on the draw. And he comes up over the 35 to the 37-yard line. Quick reaction by Lambert, and Mike Wagner stopped him. He had the hole that time, brings it to the 36-yard line, leaving Dallas with a 3rd and short 5 situation.
Good strong tackle by Lambert. Newhouse had room to run, and he was getting up ahead of steam, and it looked like he might be off to the races, but Lambert belted him.
Either Tom Landry or Chuck Noll will win this ball game and become only the second coach to win it twice. The late Vince Lombardi did it with Green Bay. They shift, and now here's Staubach back. Directions on, he's running, look out. They're reaching for him. Can they get him? Nailed at the 40-yard line and stopped just short of a first down. Steve Burnett finally got to him along with Jack Lambert. He came over the 40. They'll give him the 40 and a half. Leaving Dallas about a half yard short of a first down, and Landry has to make the decision. And I believe he's sending on his punting team. He is. Oh, what a play that was. I thought he was going to break it.
Well, I tell you, I wouldn't want to be Roger Staubach out there running with the football with Jack Lambert in his present mood coming at me. And Lambert did stop him. In fact, gave him a good hit on the head, if you want to put it bluntly, and stopped him short of that first down. So, the Cowboys will be punting with the wind at their back. I'm assuming that they're going to punt. They're measuring this, but I'm confident that it will be short. And it is. So Mitch Hoops will be punting with the line of scrimmage just across the Dallas 40-yard line. And with Dallas holding a 3-point lead, there, of course, would be little reason for them to go for the first down here. Of course, with Dallas, you never know. Tom Landry likes to pull rabbits out of his hat, so let's see.
Rookie from Arizona standing back at the 25. We have Glenn Edwards and Dave Brown downfield. Hoops waits. Here comes the snap. And he gets the punt away. Spiraling like a bullet. Air is taken by Brown at the 15, out over the 20, and he has to fight his way at the 24-yard line, and he is stopped dead. Makes it back to the 24-yard line, and the initial hit put on him by Bob Brunig and Randy White. And the ball will be marked at the 24-yard line after a 45-yard punt, with Dallas leading 10-7. We have timeout in the ball game. We'll be right back.
Well, Rocky Byer, who was replaced briefly by Frenchie Fuqua the last time the Steelers had the football, is back in action now. He'll be in the Steeler backfield as they put the ball into play at their own 24-yard line. And the Steelers, well, they've got the pressure on them for sure. They're defending their championship, but we're midway in the third quarter, and they still trail by 3.
Steelers out of the huddle at their own 24-yard line. They move right to left here in the third period, trailing 10-7. Bradshaw calling the signals. Bringing the wide man to the right. Swann in motion to the left. The handoff goes to Harris, and Harris finds a slight opening up the middle, across the 25 and onto the 27-yard line. Franco picks up 3 yards. It will be 2nd down and 7 after the stop made by Jethro Pugh. Ed Too Tall Jones in that forward wall at left end. Jethro Pugh at left tackle. Larry Cole, the right tackle. Harvey Martin at right end. Dave Edwards, Leroy Jordan, D.D. Lewis are the linebackers. Mark Washington and Mel Renfro on the corners. Charlie Waters and Cliff Harris are the safeties. 2nd down, 7 for the Steelers. Swann and Stallworth are both set up out to the right. Slot formation. Bradshaw goes back to throw to the far sideline, and Swann takes it on a hook at the 40-yard line and is nailed immediately, knocked down by Mark Washington. They stay at the 39-yard line. So it's a first down as Lynn Swann makes the catch. And Myron, I have Swann with 3 catches on the afternoon, and I'm missing 1 receiver.
You're missing 1 receiver?
I'm missing 1 catch out of the 8 that we've had. But Larry Brown has had 1, Randy Grossman has had 1. I have Stallworth with 2 and Swann with 3. At any rate, we have the first down. That's the big thing. We can catch up with the other one later. All right. Pittsburgh puts it in play. Rocky Blyer, the carrier, hits up over the 40, goes to the 42-yard line. Leroy Jordan, middle linebacker. Big tough one in his 13th year out of Alabama. Makes the stop. 3-yard gain, second down and 7.
And the Steelers are having more difficulty in this second half running that football. The Dallas line has gotten tougher against the run, at least to this point.
Swann is to the right, to the far side of the field. Stallworth is set up out to the left, to the near side. It's the split end. And Bradshaw hands it off to Harris, breaks 2 tackles, keeps driving forward over the 45 to the 47. Another fine effort by Franco as he pelted through 2 men. D.D. Lewis and Cliff Harris made the stop. And they now have the ball at the 47.5-yard line. It's going to be third down and about 2 yards to go. Super Sunday in Miami. Fleming and Cope reporting from the Orange Bowl.
Cliff Harris is the guy who said Franco will not run over me. Well, that time Franco ran over him, but Cliff is a tough guy. He hung on to make the tackle.
Clock turning, 4:28 in the third quarter. Dallas leading 10-7. Steelers have the football at their own 47.5-yard line. Bradshaw takes it. He's back to throw. Bradshaw fires. Larry Brown is held again as he goes after the football. And again, there's no flag down. You can look down, and the man had him to the arm. He was covered by Charlie Waters. And the official on the play has seen it much better than we can, says there was no infraction. But the crowd over here comes alive. The Dallas crowd is happy, naturally. And whereas I told you we seem to get the edge of the close calls in the first half, Dallas is definitely getting the edge in the third quarter.
Joe Connell was the official closest to that play. He comes from Pittsburgh.
Golden Richards standing down at the 16-yard line. Bobby Walden standing at his own 35. The punt will carry right to left. Almost blocked. He gets it away. And the fair catch called for by Richards back at his 17.5-yard line. Golden Richards with a stream of black jerseys pouring down on him. Call for the fair catch. And the Cowboys will put it in play as the officials spot it at the Dallas 18-yard line.
A 36-yard catch, and actually, if I was Golden Richards, well, I'm not, so I'm not going to say what I'd have done with that football. Yes, I would have run with that football, Jack. I don't think the coverage was really up his throat that time.
You say that the Steelers are fighting a jinx. I believe Dallas holds a string of 7 straight wins over us in regular season competition.
Well,
try to break it here this afternoon in the Super Bowl. We got a brief timeout on the field. The Steelers football continues after a brief timeout.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys have been rather conservative in this third quarter, which is now 11 minutes gone. Roger Staubach hasn't put the ball in the air. They are now pinned back on their own 18-yard line following a 36-yard punt by Bobby Walden. Not really a long punt, what with the... Well, no, he was kicking into that wind, so let's not find fault with a 36-yard kick. And he did kick the ball fairly low to get it under the wind. So, okay, not a bad play by Walden. But anyhow, the Cowboys now at their own 18, perhaps the Steeler defense can make itself felt here with a big play. We shall see.
At the 18-yard line, Dallas, first down 10. Late in the third quarter at the Super Bowl. Staubach, quarterbacking the Cowboys. Roger takes, gives to Newhouse, and Newhouse plows just over the right side, cuts and comes forward to the 24-yard line where Jack Lambert makes the stop on him, helped out by Jack Ham. Marked the ball at the 24-yard line. Gain of 6 yards on the play, second down, and 4 yards to go.
Newhouse, of course, was the Cowboys' big runner in the first half. If you can call 39 yards on 10 attempts a lot of running, it's not all that much, but he was their leading ground gainer, and he's continuing today.
All right, Staubach has them in the eye, brings his wide man from the right in motion, wide to the left, and hands the ball off to Dennison, or is it Preston? Preston Pearson, the ball carrier, and he slips over the left side of the line. He appears to be short of a first down. L.C. Greenwood gets the tackle. And we will spot the football at the Dallas 27-yard line. Third down and a yard to go for the Cowboys. Again, the Pittsburgh defense gets the challenge. The clock turning. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the third quarter. Dallas leading 10-7 at the Orange Bowl in Miami. Shadows lengthening over the field to our left. 56-degree afternoon when the ball game got underway. They were expecting a high of 60 or 61 here in South Florida. Two tight ends. Now shifting. Dennison off the top of the eye to the left side and giving the ball to Newhouse. Puts his head down. He stopped. He did not make it to the line of scrimmage. Andy Russell was there. Robert Newhouse is stopped. If they give him a first down out of this one, it's going to be a Jesse James call because he was stopped. They're standing over the football. Can you believe they've got that ball spotted up over the 28? And I think it's going to be a first down. If anybody ever put a stop on anybody, it was Russell that time on Newhouse. They gave it to him. Sometimes it goes in your favor and sometimes it doesn't, and it's a judgment call. And as I said, in the first half, we were getting the best of them, and here in the third quarter, we can't buy one.
Well, Andy Russell appeared to have penetrated with a good driving tackle that stopped him in his tracks, but he got the first down, and it's their ace of the ball game, the Dallas Cowboys' 8th first down.
First down 10, the Cowboys at their own 28. Flanker left, split end to the near side to the right. Appeared to have a man in motion. The play is busted. Pearson runs into one of his own men, slips off, and dives forward to get over to the 30, maybe to the 31-yard line. Fine effort by Pearson as they were running in all directions, and he bumped into one of his own men. Dwight White and Mike Wagner made the stop on him. He'll wind up gaining about 2.5 yards on the play. Second down, 7.5 to go. Pearson, a fine young man, and has said that he has so many friends back in Pittsburgh, so many friends on the Steelers. He feels that's a part of football, being able to go out there and bash each other around in the afternoon when the game's over, shake hands, and get on with your friendship. Slot left, wide left, and from the eye, Staubach fakes, play action, goes back to throw, hits Newhouse on the far side at the 35, and he's driven out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Russell and Blunt making the play. At that time, they were not working from the slot. They had a flanker set outside the split end, giving them two wide men to the left, and then a fake by Staubach as he threw the ball to Newhouse, and they have a first down. That is their 9th of the afternoon. Roger with 7 passes completed out of 12 and 1 interception.
So the Cowboys have worked their way out of the hole, having started at their own 18. One would have hoped that the Steeler defense could have turned in a big play while they had the Cowboys pinned in the hole, but they didn't.
Cowboys at their own 39-yard line, shifting from the I formation. Staubach dropping back. Now running forward. The guy, he's at the 35, at the 40. He dives down, goes down at the 42. Now we get the penalty marker down. A clip against Dallas. Andy Russell made the tackle. Dallas fans came alive. They thought they had the Steelers for a late hit. We couldn't see anything that resembled it, but it was a clip right there where the hit was made. So the Cowboys draw the first major penalty of the afternoon. It will be 15 yards for clipping.
Insofar as a late hit is concerned, no, I don't think it was a late hit. Russell stopped Staubach, and Jack Lambert fell on top, but Lambert was coming, and the guy was high.
About their reaction because the flag was thrown right in the spot of the end zone.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys
They
fans
misinterpreted it. They went up in the air. They thought it was a good call for them. But there was a clip in there, Myron, and 15 yards takes it back to the 26-yard line. That helps.
You're doggone right it helps, because when you're trailing 3 points in the Super Bowl, sure, a 15-yard penalty is big help. So let's see if the Steelers can capitalize on it.
Going to be first down and 23 yards to go for the Cowboys. Against the 2 yards he picked up. And they marked the penalty off from the spot where the play was actually the spot of the foul, which is right where the play stopped. Staubach calling signals. Roger fakes, rolls right. Now he's still rolling, running, coming to the 20, coming upfield over the 25, and driven out of bounds at the 32-yard line on the near side of the field. Staubach rolling and scrambling that time and keeping the football with Dwight White. Pushing him out of bounds, headed by Jack Ham, and the play carries to the 32-yard line. It will be second down now. and 17 yards to go.
And of course, with that long yardage needed, the Steeler defense was going to play it loose. They'd be willing to give Staubach a little bit of a scramble. They gave it to him, and White hit him very hard coming along the sidelines, but he's a tough guy, and he's still in there.
Second down, 17, with 1:09 to play in the third quarter. Dallas leading 10-7. The Cowboys have the ball. Staubach hands off, and the play is speared. Oh, fighting forward. Steve Burness finally made the grab. It was Robert Newhouse, who appeared to be stopped at the 30. But again, the great effort of this barrel of a running back from Houston as he brings it up to the 33-yard line. And that's where they will mark the football. Great effort by Newhouse as he appeared to be stopped dead at the 30. And Dwight White put the grab on him. Now we got a change. Here's Lambert coming out. Jim Allen going in as a fifth defensive back for the Steelers. Ball is at the Dallas 33-yard line. It is third down and 16 yards to go. Good place to stop this nonsense right now. The clock turning down to 28 seconds in the third quarter. Slot right, shifting into the shotgun. Staubach takes the ball, drops back. Staubach throwing to the far side, completing it to the 45-yard line. Pass is caught over on the far side at the 45-yard line, where Mel Blunt puts the grab on Preston Pearson, the receiver. And they are short of the first down. Dallas completing its 8th pass out of 13 tries.
And Mel Blunt knew where those sticks were. He was content to let him catch it and then knock him down. That's the end of the third quarter with the score Dallas 10, the Steelers 7. Well, the crowd through the third quarter has been relatively subdued, and we have settled into thick tension is what we have settled into, because the Steelers are trailing by 3 points. The title is on the line. We're into the final quarter, and the teams have not shown themselves in the second half to be as willing to take the big risk as they were in the first half. And perhaps that's understandable because, Dallas, for their part, having a lead, is going to possibly play it close to the vest. Although sometimes when you stop attacking and pulling aces out of your sleeve, you lose your momentum. Anyhow, the Cowboys will be forced to punt. They have the ball at their own 42-yard line, and Mitch Hoops will do the honors, and here's Jack Fleming.
Mitch Hoops in formation at his own 32. He's standing there. Let's see, what have we got down at the other end? We're going to have Dave Brown and Glenn Edwards. Snap is high. He fields it and gets the punt away into the wind. Wobbly, bouncing outside the 20. Picked up by Brown. He fumbled it, but it's going to be recovered. Is it or is it not? Wow. Brown tried to handle the punt. Lost control of it. Steelers recover, and diving in there was J.T. Thomas to cover it for the Steelers at the 17-yard line. Steelers taking over at their own 17, have the wind behind them. Trailing 10-7. 83 yards away from the touchdown. Here's Bradshaw dropping back under pressure. Now having to scramble. Run, throw on the run, and here comes the Franco at the 42. Gets the football, breaks the tackle. And they rolled, and he stepped out of bounds. Franco had broken the tackle and was off and running, but they ruled that he stepped out at the 43-yard line as he came over and got away from Dave Edwards. Bradshaw scrambling, and finally Franco broke into the open, and the Steelers have advanced the football.
Well, I'm not going to argue that he wasn't out of bounds. It was pretty tough to tell. It happened along the Steelers sideline with players, Steelers substitutes standing alongside that sideline. The Steelers do not appear, I don't think, they are arguing a great deal about the call, but in any case, the play moves the ball out to the Steeler 43 as Bradshaw goes quickly to the air, showing a determination to get something going with 14 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in this ball game.
Steelers at their own 43. They trail 10-7. We're just into the fourth quarter. Bradshaw's back to throw again. Bradshaw firing long downfield there. Stallworth reaching, can't quite get to it at the 20-yard line. And again, the blanket was on him. Mel Renfro down there, along with Cliff Harris. Man out in front of us is saying he was hit at the 20, and it appears from up here as though they're putting some kind of coverage on our receivers when that ball is in the air. But again, I say we are so far away that we're not going to pass judgment. At the 43-yard line, it is second down 10. Stallworth is wide to the far side to the left. Swann wide to the near side. Frank Lewis has not played this afternoon because of an injury. Hand off is to Franco, and he's nailed in his tracks. Dallas defense was on him, and Jethro Pugh made the hit as Franco took the ball at the 40 for a 3-yard loss. They will mark the ball at the 40.5-yard line. It's going to be third down, about 12.5 yards to go.
Well, Franco never had a chance that time. Jethro just bolted through there and hit him after he had taken barely a step with that football.
Randy White, Bob Buick, Calvin Peterson was in there. They've made some changes on this third down play. Bradshaw has them set. Here's Bradshaw dropping back again. Now being chased. Randy White after him. Bradshaw's under pressure. Bradshaw is hit. Randy White over there along with Bill Gregory. And they nailed Terry Bradshaw. Great big defensive play for the Cowboys. No question about it. And that backs us up to our own 27-yard line.
Well, Randy White just would not be denied. He had up ahead of Steve Moon. Mullins tried to block him, and he blew right by Moon and nailed Bradshaw.
Walden in punt formation, standing at his own 15. We need the big one this time. Snap. And they let him get it away. And here's the high one. Oh, it's back to the receiver. Golden Richards up to his own 15. Now he's running to his right. Getting ground behind the 20, going to the sideline. Chased by Sam Davis, and he goes out of bounds. Sam in hot pursuit chased him out of bounds at the Dallas 19-yard line. Walden taking advantage of the wind to get away his finest punt of the afternoon. A 54-yarder against the Cowboys, and that could be a kick. A key kick in this ballgame. Dallas leading 10-7, 13-11 to play in the ballgame with timeout on the field. We'll be right back.
Well, during the timeout, a young lady has run out onto the field, joined the Dallas Cowboys huddle, spoke briefly to Rayfield Wright, and is now being escorted out of the stadium, I would assume. An NFL official grabbed her over there while two guards were actually paying no attention to her. She ran from one sideline to the other.
Handed him a good luck piece of some sort, and he tucked it into his uniform, I think into his sock. And then the police got her, as they're forced to do, and she's wearing a white jumpsuit that leaves little to the imagination, and she's enjoying every moment of it, waving her cap. Here are the Cowboys, back to football. Look out, it's a fake. Staubach hands off, and a pitch back to Staubach, and he has to run forward. Staubach handed the ball off to Preston Pearson, who pitched it back to Staubach. Staubach wanted to throw the pass, but everybody was covered. He ran forward and was hit by Steve Burness, and they lose a yard on the play. Now look out, they're reaching into their stockings.
I'll tell you, and it's rather surprising because they are ahead in this ballgame, not by a lot of points, just by 3, but they're backed up on their own 18-yard line, and yet they are going to the flea flicker stuff. So that is surprising, but they have lived with flea flickers all year and profited from them, so I guess in that respect it's not so surprising.
At their own 18-yard line, it is second down 11. Staubach has his setback split. Now he shifts them into the I formation. Doug Dennison at the top of the I, bringing a man in motion with the left hand off to Dennison, and he is nailed. Waits off the right side and ran into Ernie Holmes and Steve Burnett. Mike Wagner up on the play. And they spot the ball at the 19-yard line. A 1-yard gain, making it third down and 10 yards to go. Clock marching relentlessly. Now reading 12 minutes and 23 seconds to go, and we need something on the board.
We sure do. Dwight White having a word with an official down there, but now that's over and done with. So here go the Cowboys at their 19-yard line. Practically 10 yards to go. Third down.
J.D. points out that the previous play is recorded as a sack for the Steelers. That is their fourth. Now they're in the shotgun. Staubach fading, takes the direct snap, and he breaks one tackle. Now he's running forward. They're after him. They got him at the 15-yard line. Roger Staubach looking for receivers, and their secondary doing a great job. He could find no one to throw to, and the front four chased him down. Dwight White, Steve Burness, and L.C. Greenwood brought him down at the 15.5. And now they'll have to punt it into the wind.
You betcha, and this is perhaps the opportunity for the Steelers, because Mitch Hoops will be kicking from back around his, I would say from inside his 5-yard line, certainly, and he's kicking into that crosswind, so the Steelers figure to come up with good field position, and this is the opportunity that they need perhaps to win this ball game.
Hoops standing at his own 1. Will they go for the block? They're stacking a lot of people up front. All right, they're rushing, and it's blocked. It's for the end zone, and out of play. Blocked by the Steelers at the safety. Two-pointer. Blocked. Reggie Harrison came through on the rush. Blocked it like a bullet. It went through the end zone and out of play. It's an automatic safety, and the Cowboys will have to kick it from their own 20 in a 10-9 ball game.
You betcha. So the Steelers pick up 2, and they will get the ball right back. They figure to get it back in good field position. Reggie Harrison called Booby by his teammates after Booby Clark of the Cincy Bengals, because Reggie, when he first joined the Steelers, was a little rotund, but he took that weight off. He won a job. He just gave the Steelers a safety with a block of that punt. Let's pause for station identification.
I'm not sure I wanted those 2 points. It worries me a little bit. Now they're going to kick it off from the 20. They will use the punt. So it could work out okay. It's a 10-9 ball game. 10-9 ball game after the safety. Reggie Harrison blocked the punt. It went through the end zone like a bullet. It was the safety. Mitch Hoops will punt from his own 20. And he gets the punt away. Good long one. Taken by Mike Collier at his 30 with blockers over the 35, the 40, the 45. He comes over the 50-yard line and he drives to the Dallas 45. Mike Collier runs it back to the Dallas 45-yard line where Bob Rooney grabs him and puts him down. So the Steelers are down by 1 point. Behind the Dallas Cowboys, we have 11:18 to play. And they have the ball first down and 10 at the Cowboys 45.
And Mike Collier was really flying. He wanted to go all the way. He was coming up the middle of that ball field, and he went 25 yards to the 45 of Dallas.
First down 10 for the Steelers. Swann flanks right. Stallworth splits left. Bradshaw hands off to Franco. Rocky blocking. He stopped going out wide. Cuts back. Dives down over the 40. Franco Harris trying to go outside. Had to cut back. Dave Edwards and D.D. Lewis put the grab on him. And the ball will be marked just across the 40-yard line by inches, a gain of 5 yards. Second down and 5 yards to go. Too Tall Jones, Jethro Pugh, Larry Cole, Harvey Martin up front for the Cowboys. Edwards, Jordan, and Lewis are the linebackers. Washington and Renfro on the corners. Waters and Harris on the safety. Second down and 5. Again, Swann to the right, Stallworth to the left. We're in the I formation. Rocky is the tailback. And the give is to Rocky. He drives off the left side and bounces in at the 36-yard line. Rocky Flyer bouncing in on that dive off the left side at the 36-yard line. And D.D. Lewis will get credit for the stop. And the Steelers are on third down and 3/4 of a yard to go. Third down and maybe a half yard to go as you look at it closer.
Yes, indeed. We had Nifty running by Franco on first down, Hard running by Rocky Flyer on second down. He's got less than a yard to go now for the first down. The Steelers moving to the 36-yard line of the Cowboys.
Receivers are out of there. Randy Grossman and Sam Davis are in for the Steelers. 2 tight ends. Flanker close on the right side is Boone Mullen. And they give to Franco, trying to get outside the left. He's across the 35 and is taken out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Franco Harris to the far side of the field. Driven out of bounds by Cliff Harris, the free safety of the Dallas Cowboys. And the Steelers have their 12th first down of the afternoon. The ball is at the 29, first and 10.
Big block by Rocky Flyer on Mill. Say it, don't get excited. Flyer in his coat on Mil Renfro to spring Franco for the first down.
I'll tell you what, Myron, I'm tighter than a flea in a barrel of Jim Beam. Ooh-wee. I'm wound up like a rubber band. They're in the I formation. Give us to Rocky. He's nailed. Wow. Hit right into the arms of Jethro Pugh and Ed Too Tall Jones. And down went the rock at the 28-yard line. And now the plot thickens. Clock turning down to 9:37. Cowboys leading 10-9 over the Steelers. The ball at the Cowboy 28-yard line. Second down, 10 yards to go. And we need to keep it moving. And that play was a loser. It is second and 10. Out of the huddle. Strong left with Larry Brown, the tight end. Slot right formation with John Stallworth in the slot. Running backs set fairly wide. Here's Bradshaw rolling right. Bradshaw coming down over the 30, the 25, and he is hit hard at the 21-yard line. Bradshaw hit by Mark Washington, and Bradshaw heaved the ball out of bounds. I don't know what the strategy was on that play, but he stopped the clock. He may have been reaching for the first down as he threw it. He hit the ball out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And it's going to be third down, 1.5 yards to go. That will be recorded as a fumble maintained. You aren't leaving, are you?
I'm going to leave after these two, but I guarantee I'm sticking this one out, then I'll head downstairs.
Stay right here with me.
I'm sticking this one out.
Second down, third down, 1 yard to go at the Dallas 20. Two tight ends, flanker close on the right side, Randy Grossman. Franco stops, puts his head down, and barrels forward. Does he have it? We need it. He's at the 19-yard line. And we're going to get a bad call again. Not a bad call. We're going to get a tight call that goes against us. I can see where he's got it marked. We're going to miss it. In the first half, we were getting those inches. In the second half, we're not getting them. And that ball is spotted at the 19, and so we're 1/2 yard away. I didn't mean to say a bad call. I should say an unfortunate call.
Well, the trouble was it didn't appear to be a clean handoff. Bradshaw had a little difficulty handing off to Franco on that play. So it's going to be a matter of inches for that first down. They're going to measure just to be on the safe side, but it does appear that he'll be short. And if he is short, well, wait, let's get the measurement here first of all. Well, it's a good foot, perhaps a little more than a foot that he's short by. It'll be fourth down for the Steelers at the 19-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. And what do we have? We have Roy Jarrella, who has missed 2 field goals of 36 and 33 yards today. The ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line.
All right, Jarrella trying for the third time this afternoon, a 36-yarder with Bobby Walden holding. As the wind behind him this time, nonetheless, it is still tricky. Ball is down, and Jarrella kicks it in his end over end. And it is up there. It is good. There's the signal. It is good, a 36-yarder by Roy Jarrella with 8:41 remaining on the clock. And the Steelers have moved out to a 12-10 lead over the Cowboys. Chuck Noll doing just what you would think he would do. He had to get ahead. He had to go with Jarrella again. He's got to figure his defense can do the job, and he's got to figure that any field goal try for the Cowboys will be into that win. The Steelers lead 12-10, and we'll be right back.
Chuck Noll sending Roy Jarrella for that field goal. A terrible thought crossed my mind. I thought, oh, Mike Carson Long, Penn State game. But it didn't turn out that way as Roy Jarrella this time with the wind at his back put it up there beautifully to send the Steelers out in front 12-10. 8 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in this Super Bowl.
All right, Jarrella kicking off left to right. High but short. Look out. And here they come. Field goal. It's loose down on the ground. Picked up at the 15 by Preston Pearson. Pearson muffed the reception of the kickoff. The ball was loose momentarily, but he fell right on it. He got a good bounce. Pearson recovers at the 15. They get no run back on the kickoff. Mike Collier is down into the play, along with Ed Bradley. First down, 10 for Dallas. Now the Steelers fans come alive. There's the gold and black coming up in the air. The cows are in the air. The banners are up. And they're going defense, defense, defense. We want the defense.
The Turbo Cow has struck.
All right. It is first down and 10 yards to go. Dallas at its own 15-yard line. Staubach, cool as a cucumber, lines them up. Shifting them now. Bringing a man in motion from wide right to left. Staubach, double fake, drops back and throws down to the middle. Intercepted, picked off by Wagner. He's coming over the 15 to 10. He's down to the 6-yard line. Mike Wagner intercepted at the 24, and he brought it down to the 6-yard line. Holy smokes, the defense has done it again. They have turned it around completely. They have turned it around. The special team wants the kick. The offense came back and got the 3 points, and now Wagner picks it off. Wagner getting his third interception of the playoffs.
I had taken my mic off. I had turned my mic off. I was heading downstairs for the dressing room show. I got to stick this one out. There's no way I'm leaving now. It's at the 7.
At the 7-yard line, they spot the ball after the interception by Mike Wagner. Came up on that ball like a bullet. Steelers flanker right side post. Hand off to Rocky with blockers coming to the right. Cuts down over the 5 and drives to the 4-yard line. Brought down angling toward the near side of the field. Tackle made by Cliff Harris, aided by Tall Jones. They've taken the ball to the Dallas 4-yard line. Second down and 4 yards to go for the Steelers.
We will not settle for a field goal here. We need the touchdown to lock it up. Well, there's still plenty of time, so I won't say lock it up, but no field goal. Let's get that touchdown. It's at the 4, second down.
Listen to this lady from Charlotte right here in front of our booth cheering. She stopped just then.
She's from Charlotte. Is her name Charlotte? How do you know? Either way, whatever the
Peterson in with us, right at the booth practically. All right, here we go at the 4-yard line. Here's the handoff. No, he fakes, slips, runs. Bradshaw down to the 2-yard line. Bradshaw fakes, dropped back, seemed to execute a quarterback draw, came forward, and he brought it down to the 1.5-yard line. Jones and Edwards made the stop. It appeared to be busted up just a bit, but Bradshaw did it and came forward and took it to the 1.5.
And you were right, Jack. He did slip, too, and he made a nice recovery to gain a little yardage on it, but this is the big one, because we don't want the field goal. We want the touchdown.
Benny Jurgens, who just walked through our booth, said he was lost. All right, 3rd down now, the 1.5. Bradshaw to Franco, look out. He's nailed. He fumbles the football, and Schuster diving for it. Who's got the football? Holy smokes. We got it back. Franco running for his life, trying to get loose. Was nailed, and Girella will come on again. The ball is at the 1.5-yard line. And Girella will try to add 3 points to a 12-10 lead, which would put us out of field goal range for the moment. Are you leaving?
As soon as this play is over, I got to.
All right, the adrenaline is flowing. Walden holding it 14. Girella kicks it. It is up there. It is good. A 24-yard field goal by Roy Girella. And the Steelers lead the Cowboys 15-10, 6:37 to play in the ball game. There is timeout down on the field. We'll be right back. Wagner intercepted at the 24, carried it to the 6. We were stopped at the 1.5, and Girella kicked a 24-yard field goal. The score is now 15-10, and the Cowboy fans are some kind of fans, too. Their team is down by 5, and they have really come alive, imploring the Cowboys to get something started. Mike Wagner made the key interception and put the Steelers in scoring position. Bradshaw moved the ball to the 1.5 on 3rd down. Franco on a slant left was stopped. They had the defense stacked. He fumbled the football, recovered. That was our 4th fumble of the afternoon, and believe it, we haven't lost one yet. Girella will kick off for the Steelers. The Super Bowl, number 10, here at the Orange Bowl in Miami. Myron Cope is already making his way downstairs. And he'll have a gigantic locker room show for you when the game is over, one way or the other. He'll be there. Here comes Girella, kicking off left to right. And he boots it pretty well, rather high, coming down to Preston at the 5, out over the 10. Look out, he comes to the 15, the 20. He's hit at the 21, slowed down, and then nailed. The original hit was put on him by Reggie Harrison, who slowed him down, almost knocked him off his feet. He kept his footing, and then he was nailed. Reggie Harrison came down and belted him good. Now are they going to spot the ball at the 23-yard line? Steeler fans chanting defense. Dallas fans alive. This stadium is more alive than it has been all afternoon. Both sides coming alive here in the 4th quarter. Look out for the big play. The Cowboys will open up their box of tricks now. Staubach lines them up, 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. Here's Staubach dropping straight back. Staubach swing pass to the right side. Take him to Newhouse. Forgot he's running from the 25. And caught him brought down at the 29-yard line. Caught from behind, actually, by Steve Furness. As Newhouse took that pass, there was no screen out there. It appeared as though they might be trying to set one up. So they pick up about 4 yards on the play. Their 14th pass, their 9th completed. And for Robert Newhouse, his 2nd catch of the ball game. 2nd down, 6 yards to go for the Dallas Cowboys, now trailing 15-10. They're in the eye, wide left. Double fake by Staubach. He's back very deep. Now running, they're after him. Look out, White to him. And he's got it. He's brought down, sacked back at the 18-yard line. That wasn't White. That was Ernie Holmes that almost had him. I called that one wrong. And finally was nailed by L.C. Greenwood. So it was Ernie who had him zeroed in and barely missed him. And L.C. got him at the 19. It is the 5th time that Staubach has been sacked this afternoon. 15-10 is the score. Last year, the Steelers won it 16-6 over Minnesota. Third down and 15 at the 19-yard line. Shifting into the shotgun. Staubach will get the direct snap. There it comes, and he's back to throw. Looking out, and the man coming out of the backfield throws it to Charles Young inside the 20, comes over the 25, fights his way to the 29-yard line. Charles Young fights his way up to the 29-yard line. Little flaring of fists down there. We've seen no flags. We don't need a flag right now. Can't use one. Dallas player is shaken up on the play. Tango with Mike Wagner. L.C. Greenwood and Jack Lambert made the stop. Golden Richards is the injured player. Dallas completing its 10th pass out of 15 tries. And the receiver, Young, getting his third catch of the postseason, his second in this game. Golden Richards, the 3-year wide receiver from Hawaii, getting attention from the medical corps of the Cowboys. Here is, let's see what we're doing. J.T. Thomas is coming off, and making a late appearance on the special club is Donnie Shell. We have Edwards deep along with Brown. And it is 4th down and 5 yards to go. So do you figure the Cowboys are going to punt it right now? You'd almost have to believe they will, with 4:50 still to go in the ball game. On the other hand, they might reach down into that bag of tricks and come up with some wild play that you won't expect. The Steelers know full well what it is to have a punting play by the opposition backfire, because it was in the AFC Championship game in 1972 when Miami's Larry Seipel did just that. Backfired on what was an apparent punt play, and Miami went on to win the ball game. So it is 4th down and 5. Golden Richards still getting attention down on the field. This has been an electrifying afternoon. I don't believe anybody can walk out of here and say that this has been a dull Super Bowl game. In every respect, it has shown a little bit of every type of play that you could wonder about. Thus far, I think an important item for the Steelers has been their ability to avoid the penalties today. Richards is up on his feet, so he had the breath knocked out of him. He apparently had taken a good, strong hit from Mike Wagner. And Golden Richards is going off the field. Dallas 4th down and just short of 5 yards to go. Mitch Hoops has had punts of 40, 37, 36, and 45 yards on the afternoon, is kicking into a rather stiff breeze. Shadows have moved out over the entire playing field here at the Orange Bowl, and Hoops drops back to his own 14-yard line. We have Glenn Edwards and Dave Brown downfield. Snap of the ball to Hoops. Hoops gets his punt away, and it is a boomer. Coming down to Edwards, backing up to the 24 to take it. Coming up over the 25, looking for an opening, dives in at the 30-yard line. Glenn Edwards on the return, stopped by Randy White of the Cowboys. So it is 1st down and 10 yards to go for the Steelers. Clock shows 4 minutes and 25 seconds to play in this Super Bowl 10. The Steelers, having never been ahead, closed the gap to 10-9 on a safety on a block punt. Went ahead 12-10 on a Jarrella field goal, and ahead 15-10 on a second Jarrella field goal, following the interception by Mike Wagner. Swann to the right, Stallworth to the left. Bradshaw calling the signals from the quarterback post. Bradshaw giving to Franco, and he wades in through the middle and brings it to the 34-yard line. Jethro Pugh and Charlie Waters make the defensive play for the Dallas Cowboys. It is almost a 4-yard gain. It will be 2nd down and a long 6 yards to go for the Steelers. 2nd and a good, strong 6. They're moving left to right in the 4th quarter of this game for the championship of all of pro football. Clock has just passed the 4-minute mark. Flanker left, split into the right. And the give is to Franco, hesitates, dives, and gets over the 35 to the 36. Not a good gainer, a 2-yard pickup. Ed Jones on the tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. Well, in this booth, in a rather frenzied situation this afternoon, a team effort involving, aside from the voices you hear on the air, Tom Leslie, Lou Kreck, and J.D. Fogarty, and a lot of assistance from Tom Bender back behind us here. Our old friend now stationed at Fort Myers in the TV business. It is third down. 4.5 yards to go for the Steelers. Bradshaw's back. He wants to throw. Now he fires for the ball. And Lynn Swann going for it. Swann pulls it in for a touchdown. Lynn Swann beat his man on a bomb. Swann got a 70-yard mark. Washington has been on him all afternoon. 64-yard pass, and Bradshaw was hurt on the play. The Dallas rush got to Terry Bradshaw back at the other end of the field. Bradshaw is banged up on the play, and they're picking him up off the field. What a strike! A 64-yard scoring pass to Swann, who had a step on Washington. Swann has caught passes, 4 of them for 161 yards, and that is a Pittsburgh touchdown. And Bradshaw is being helped off the field. Holy smokes, his 19th pass of the day. His 10th completed. And Terry Bradshaw is being helped back to the bench. Lynn Swann getting his 4th catch. His first touchdown of the playoffs. Walden is the holder. The ball is down. Chiarella kicks for the point. Hits the upright. Chiarella has had it this afternoon when he's needed it, but he's known some moments of frustration, and that extra point hit the upright to the left. So, they take a timeout down in the field. It's 21-10 now in favor of the Steelers. I was going to say we'll be right back, but Tom Leslie says we'll stay right here. All right, here's what happened. Dallas, held by the Steeler defense, had to punt the football. And the Steelers, following the punt, put it in play at their own 30. 2 running plays took it to the 34 and then to the 36. And Bradshaw calmly stepped back and went for the bomb straight down the middle. And Swann just simply with his speed beat Mark Washington by a step. Pulled the ball in full stride near the 5-yard line and galloped into the end zone. One of the most beautiful passes and receptions we've seen all season. 3:02 to play in the game. And Pittsburgh has a 21-10 lead. And the Steelers have come to life in no uncertain terms. Steelers are kicking off down to the Cowboys. Chiarella kicks it down into the end zone, fielded by Preston Pearson for the automatic touchback. Preston Pearson fields the ball in the end zone. And Roy Chiarella just kicks it beautifully. Paul Urim pats Chiarella on the back, and Chiarella, you tells a little downcast. J.D., you know this young man. He's an emotional kid. And the 2 field goal misses and hitting the upright on the extra points is enough to destroy him for a little while, a few minutes. You say that's right? That's right. He came back. Lou, do you have any pertinent observations?
Jack, it's a great game. That's all I can say.
Okay, you've just heard from 2 men who usually don't speak. Tom Leslie's going to deliver the next speech. Oh, this is beautiful. 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go. It is 21-10. First down, 10, the Cowboys. The shotgun formation. Staubach on the direct snap, drops back. Now he throws over the middle, completes it to Charles Young at the 25. He's nailed and goes down at the 26. Charles Young caught by Andy Russell and brought down at the 27-yard line, a gain of 7 yards. Dallas has completed 11 out of 16 passes, and Mr. Young has got his 3rd of the afternoon, his 4th of the postseason. Second down and 3 yards to go. Clock is turning down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the ball game. Shotgun formation. Lots of receivers going out. Snap to Staubach. And he's throwing the bomb on the far side. There's Golden Richards. Does he have it? Drew Pearson. Pearson pulls it in. Going out of bounds at the Pittsburgh 43-yard line. Pearson, the guy who made the miraculous catch in the playoffs in the final game against Minnesota in the playoff game. J.T. Thomas put the stop on him. The Dallas has its 10th first down and has completed 12 of 17 passes, refuses to die in the ball game. Drew Pearson caught one early in the ball game. This is only his 2nd catch of the afternoon. Cowboys at the Pittsburgh 43. 2:08 to play in the ball game. Here's the shotgun formation. Staubach to throw again to the near side. Caught by Preston Pearson on the move to the sideline. Going out of bounds at the Pittsburgh 32. Preston Pearson caught it getting out beyond Andy Russell on a slant to the sideline. And the Cowboys have another first down. Their 11th of the ball game. And they've completed 13 of 18 passes. Lynn Swann has set a Super Bowl record for total yardage, pass reception in the Super Bowl. And Preston Pearson has just got his 4th pass of the afternoon. So Swann has a Super Bowl record. At the 32-yard line, it is first down 10. 2:03 to play in the ball game. Dallas trailing 21-10. It would take 2 touchdowns to beat us. Direct snap again to Staubach. Staubach steps forward. He's caught from behind. He runs, and he falls short of the line of scrimmage. Caught from behind by Dwight White. It will go into the book as another sack. And the Steelers have picked up their 6th sack on Roger Staubach. 1:56 to go. We get the automatic timeout with Dallas holding the ball at the Pittsburgh 34-yard line. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back. Bradshaw has been taken off the field for attention in the dressing room. That would be normal procedure at this stage in the ball game, this late, and to just assure themselves that he gets the quickest possible attention. And down below, we should be seeing Terry Hanratty warm up, and he is, in case he is needed. Should we get the ball back? Bradshaw, a possible concussion. Now, that would be his 2nd. He had a concussion in the Oakland game. What a game he has played this afternoon. Now they can look around this league and name better quarterbacks. I don't know. Listen to these people cheer out here. Let's hear it. Right outside our booth, we got our own Pittsburgh cheering section. Shotgun formation for Dallas. Snap to Staubach, drops back. He steps forward and goes for the end zone. Look out down there. It's going to be a touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys. Percy Howard got the on Mel Blunt. And free in the end zone. For a great catch for the Dallas Cowboys. Blunt trying to handle him, couldn't keep up with him, and Percy Howard, a rookie from Austin Pay, got out the on Mel. And look out now, we're going to go for the short kickoff, and they're going to try and get back at us. It may be another nail-biter. Here we go again. Dallas on its 19th pass, Staubach getting his 2nd touchdown, and these Cowboys are something else. No way that they're going to lie down and die. They just keep coming at you. Howard getting his first catch of the playoffs. Tony Fritsch kicking for the point after. It is up there. It is good. So the Cowboys have scrambled back into a 21-17 ball game with 1:48 to play. Now the Cowboys have the opportunity to execute the short kickoff and see if they can do it successfully as Oakland did against the Steelers. Oakland didn't have this much time. Nobody is leaving the stadium. Everybody is standing in, and they've been wanting one like this, and now they've got it this afternoon, a fine Super Bowl game. And the Cowboys, looking nothing like a corpse, they are very much alive. And they're teeing up the ball at the 35, and the Steelers are going to have to protect against the short kickoff. On the other hand, Landry could elect just to give it to the Steelers and then try to get it back from them as quickly as possible. Steelers have 3 timeouts remaining. Dallas has 3, too. All right. Tony Fritsch will kick it off. Steelers poised to receive. Fritsch is going for the short kickoff. Fielded this time successfully by the Steelers. And Steeler was dealing with it. Finally was blown dead. It was Boone Mullins. Mullins deal with the ball and then decided he would run with it. Suddenly he realized he could go with it. Nobody had touched him, but they had whistled it dead. As he was covered by Ron Howard, and the Steelers get it at the Dallas 42.5-yard line. First down 10. Terry Hanratty at the controls. Terry Bradshaw injured with a possible concussion as he was hit by the Dallas forward wall after he had thrown a bomb to Lynn Swann. Hanratty calling the signals at the Dallas 42.5-yard line. Hanratty brings a wide man in motion, left to right, hands off to Franco, and Franco running to the left is Dale. At the Dallas 44.5-yard line, and the Cowboys call timeout. Loss of about 2 yards on the play, second down 12. 1:41 to play in this contest. and the Cowboys are trying to execute a miracle. Hanratty over here to talk to Chuck Knoll as they map their strategy. You never know in this game, and I keep telling myself I learned it vividly a number of years back with Bender at Pitt Stadium when we were playing the Dallas Cowboys, and we apparently had them nailed to the cross when I said there will be dancing in the streets of Oakland tonight. The Cowboy fans were dancing that day. And then again when we played the Chicago Bears in Chicago back at the start of the 71 or 72 season and had them nailed down pretty well in the second half. What happened? We coughed up the football a couple of times, and the Bears came back to beat us. So you never take anything for certain. You just celebrate a little bit quietly inside and then wait until the final whistle blows. A minute 41 to play in this ball game. Steelers leading 21-17. Second down 12 at the Dallas 44. Pittsburgh definitely in control, but it must protect the football and keep it. Get a first down if possible. Second down at 12. Hanratty, who's seen very little action in gameplay this year, hands off to Franco, trying to get outside to the right, can't, cuts back, and goes to the 42-yard line. Ed Too Tall Jones in on the tackle, along with Harvey Martin. It will be third down now and 10 yards to go. Dallas has stopped the clock again with a minute 33. Dallas is willing to use its timeouts now because it can rely on the savvy of Roger Staubach to go to the sideline and control the clock. And in using up their timeouts on Pittsburgh's offensive series, they're showing a great deal of confidence in Staubach. Somebody has put a parachute into the air here. It is anchored to one end of the stadium, and on it there's a flag that says, "I am available." And then there's a phone number, 673-1353. Doesn't give the area code. It's in Miami. Can you believe this? It could only happen here. A parachute is flying over the stadium from one end. All right. Third down 10 at the Dallas 42. Hanratty barks the signals. Hanratty gives it to Rocky Flyer, and he goes into the center of the line, gets only a yard. Hit by Jethro Pugh and Dave Edwards. The Cowboys will get the ball back. They have used the timeout to stop the clock again with a minute 28. Chuck Knoll talking to Terry Hanratty, and it is fourth down. What's Hanratty doing staying out there? They're keeping Hanratty in there, and the Cowboys now don't know what to do. Now they're bringing their defensive unit back out. Well, they'll be talking about this one for a while. Walton is not going to punt. Hanratty is staying out there. They have used up their timeouts. Now Hanratty, I'm wondering if they will take a penalty. They might. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Let Terry call it. He'll take a penalty and run off as much time and then punt. I bet they will. Clock's not starting until the snap, though, after the timeout. They can't. Hands it off to Flyer. Flyer slices off the right side and goes to the 39-yard line. The clock is stopped with a minute 22. One of the fans looked up there and looks up at us and says, "What in the heck is that?" Strategy. Wheels turning. The Steelers do not punt it. The clock is not moving. On the turnover of the football. They got me stopped on why the clock isn't turning. Minute 22. Dallas lining up in the shotgun. Staubach fumbles the snap, drops back, still got time to throw. Now ready with the football coming to the left. Here comes Staubach up over the 45 and comes over the 49-yard line. Now the clock is turning on Dallas. Minute 8, minute 7, minute 6, minute 5. Clock is turning down to 1 minute. Staubach picks up a first down running the football. Lines them up in the shotgun again. The Pittsburgh defense is umbrella type in the secondary. They don't want to give them the bomb. Staubach takes a low snap again, drops back. Staubach with time to crank up, throws to the short man up to Pittsburgh 45. Preston Pearson takes it, goes down over the 40, and is thrown at the 37.5-yard line. Preston Pearson, the receiver, as Dallas has completed another pass. Preston gets his third catch of the afternoon, and the tackle was made by Marv Kellum. Clock is still turning. No, it stopped. Now they say crank it up. Clock is turning down the 25, 24. Dallas is at the Pittsburgh 38-yard line. Staubach fumbles the snap. Staubach trying to pick it up. He's hit. Staubach runs forward with the football, and he's for the end zone, and it is incomplete. Holy smokes! Staubach picked it up, got away, and was firing downfield for Drew Pearson. Sailed well over his head. 12 seconds to go. The Cowboys are at the Pittsburgh 38. I have never seen anything like it in my life. It is second down and 10 yards to go. 12 seconds remaining. They're going to get another shot at us. Let's see. We got three linemen, three down linemen. Greenwood, Holmes, and Dwight White. Three linebackers and 5 defensive backs. Shotgun formation. Staubach is 5 yards behind center. He'll take a direct snap again. Here it is, the direct snap to Roger Staubach. Staubach has lots of time. He's going for the bomb. He's got a man down there, and we've got a defender back there, and it is incomplete. J.T. Thomas breaks it up. Percy Howard was the intended receiver, and the clock has not run out. 3 seconds remain, and they'll get another shot at us. They get another shot at us. Absolutely phenomenal. And they'll be talking about the strategy in this one for a long time to come. And you know what Chuck will say? Why didn't you punt, Chuck? He'll say, I did it just so you could second guess me. At the 38-yard line. And I don't argue with the man at all. At the 38-yard line, we got to hold him one more time. 3rd and 10. Look out. Drew Pearson to the right. Percy Howard to the left. They're in the shotgun with 3 backs lined up ready to go. They've got 5 receivers out there. And here's Staubach pumping short once, then throwing long for the end zone, and it is almost intercepted. It is knocked down. Right, it is intercepted. And right, we've got Edwards with the ball coming up at the 25 and tackled at the 29. Mike Wagner went down. Edwards came up with the interception of the Staubach pass. The second interception of the afternoon. He came out of nowhere and brought it back to the 29-yard line. But it was the final play of the ball game. The Steelers have won the Super Bowl for the second consecutive year. Chuck Noll has become only the second coach in history to win the Super Bowl 2 times. The late Vince Lombardi did it with Green Bay. That's the end of Super Bowl 10 here at the Orange Bowl of Miami. The final score, Pittsburgh 21, the Dallas Cowboys 17.
The victorious Steelers Super Bowl dressing room, you betcha this is a happy place. But Jack Ham's still yelling for his money for having been on my talk show this week. He doesn't know how tight I am. Hey, Moon Mullins is here, and Moon, you were the guy who grabbed that onside kick late in the ball game when the Cowboys were still having a chance to pull it out. Did you have any trouble landing on that ball? And you worried me when you got up and ran with it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Myron, there wasn't anything in the world that's going to keep me away from that football. And, it was probably a reckless move on my part to get up and try to run with it, but as I was laying there expecting somebody to, give me a spear in the back, the only person that touched me was Larry Brown, who sort of covered me up and tried to protect me. I figured, well, I might as well give it a run for the money. I got him took off running for the goal line because I figured if all the Cowboys, relaxed, I might have a chance to bust it all the way, and I think I picked up 7 or 8 yards when they finally brought me down, so I think it was a pretty good move as long as I didn't fumble it, and I didn't, so everything worked out for the best.
Well, Moon, you really fooled the Cowboys on the Steelers' first touchdown when you went in motion from right to left from that flanker spot, I believe, and they thought, here comes Moon into the middle to lay a block for a running play, and they all went for it. Bradshaw rolled the other way and tossed to Grossman. It worked like a charm. I mean, it worked to perfection, did it not?
Sure did, Myron. I think all through the playoffs, they've been keying on me. They've been angling their line to me as, the strength of our formation. And you know, it was just a perfect execution on Terry's part with a rollout, and he laid the ball right into Randy Grossman's hands. It was wide open, and, you know, you couldn't draw it up on paper any better than the play worked.
Well, congratulations to you, Moon, on another Super Bowl championship. And here's Randy Grossman, the guy who caught that ball. And incidentally, not very incidentally, it kind of counts. The Steelers are awarding 3 game balls. One to Art Rooney Sr. They yelled, Chief, Chief. The Chief gets a game ball. Another went to Dan Rooney, who, of course, has been the front office brains for several years now and running the whole thing. And the 3rd game ball went to none other than Lynn Swann. Cliff Harris, the free safety of the Cowboys, tried to psych him all week. It didn't work. Here's Randy Grossman, who caught the Steelers' first touchdown pass. And Randy, from upstairs, it looked like you almost dropped it. I just stumbled a little.
Well, I didn't almost drop it. It's the easy ones that are the hardest to catch, and it was never in doubt, put it that way.
Well, I'll tell you, they really fell for it because there was nobody. You were behind Leroy Jordan, but by a good 3 yards in the end zone, right?
Yeah, they were playing the run. It was a funny thing. I scored on that same play on the first preseason game this year against the All-Stars, and here in the last game, the same play, I scored again.
What a way to start them and end them. Wade, nice score, Randy Grossman. Muzzle puff on another.
Anniversary.
What? Say that again?
It's my anniversary today, too. 1 year.
1 year on his anniversary, he wins another Super Bowl. 2 years in the league, and he's won 2 Super Bowls. Here's Jack Hammond. Jack, everybody, not everybody, a lot of guys are hollering in this dressing room and happy, but you are the picture of a guy who is beat.
Well, it was just a hell of a football game out there, Myron. I think Dallas never quit. I got more respect for him now than I ever have, and they can match it for 60 minutes, and they almost try to pull it out at the end. So I'm just so tired of how I talk.
Well, Jack, congratulations, and I tell you, it didn't surprise me because I picked the Steelers to win, but Dallas with the 8 points because we knew they were going to be tough. Okay, Jack Ham, we're moving around the Steelers dressing room, and here's Sam Davis. He's the offensive captain, and Sam, let me ask you something. Were you in the game when Chaz Knoll, facing a decision late in the ball game, had Terry Hanratty call a running play on 4th down and 10 to go, knowing, well, not knowing for sure, but figuring it would turn the ball over to the Cowboys? I figure he was afraid to risk a blocked punt. Am I guessing correctly? What do you think?
I can't really say, Myron. I think Coach Knoll have a good knowledge of the game. I think he knows what he want to do. And we as players, we just want to do the best we can for him and do the best we can for the team. And when he made that decision, we feel like he knew what he was doing. And at that particular time and the way it worked out now was a good decision. There's nothing you can really say about any of the decision until after the situation is over. And that's one of those type of things that had to make a decision at that particular point, and I think he made a good decision.
Well, I'm supposing that he feared a blocked punt and then somebody on the Dallas team picking it up and going all the way. Were you surprised that he went to that decision?
Well, Myron, I tell you, in this game, anything can happen, especially in a situation like Dallas. It was a close game. It's a good ball game. And when you get in type situation like that, you got to make decisions. You got to make clutch decisions, and you got to make them right away. And when that decision was brought up, we felt like, wow, this is a decision that we had to work out, and we tried to do, because we could have just made a 1st down easily. And like you said, it could have been a situation, could have been a block punt, but that's second guessing it. It's over with now, and we won the game, and that's the main thing, And the good thing about that is the fact that we were champions, and we've earned everything that we've got so far, Myron.
Well, I just got a load of ice on my head. I know it's going to be Hanratty behind me. Where did he go? Hanratty, come here. Just the man I want to see after I get rid of the ice. Now, Terry, I was just talking to Sam Davis. We're on the radio, Terry. I was just talking to Hanratty, and he said that, I was talking to Hanratty. I was talking to Sam Davis about the 4th down play where you ran the football instead of punting, and I said my guess was, and Sam didn't know for sure what the coach's thinking was, but you talked to him. My guess was he was afraid of a blocked punt being recovered and raced in for a touchdown, something like that. When you talked it over with him, tell me, what did Chaz Knoll say?
Well, you should have been a coach, Myron, because that's our exact thinking. We were a little frightened of a block kick. They were coming at us pretty good on the other punts that we had, and we knew that they were going to go all out in this one, because a block punt would have put them really in great field position. So we were happy enough just to try to run a few seconds off, then let them go 50, 55 yards for a touchdown. We had that much confidence in our defense.
Well, the defense sure was doing it. They pitched a shutout in the second half, almost to the final few minutes, that is. Now, Terry, I saw Terry Bradshaw just a little while ago, and he was developing a nice big black cheekbone from that sock he took when he threw the touchdown pass the long bomb to Finn Swann for the clinching touchdown. And Terry said that he is going to the hospital in a while. He's not feeling too good. So I guess he took even a harder shot than he took from the Oakland Raiders. I'm also told that Bradshaw did not see the pass caught, that when they brought him around, I don't know if he was out cold, but anyhow, he looked up and he said, did he catch it? This was well after the touchdown. Did you get a chance to talk to Terry?
Yeah, I did. He's feeling pretty rough now, but it's one of those things that, it's going to be all right. But I know why he didn't see it. Because he had a great rush put on the first time, then he ducked it, then he came out firing. I think he put the ball up air about 70 yards. And just as he released the ball, so I don't know who it was, someone hit him really hard.
Well, I tell you, I was down on the field and I saw a big lineman coming from the blind side. But then later, of course, I then followed the ball. Then later, when I looked back, Mark Washington was getting up off Bradshaw. So I'm really not sure either who hit him, but they did a good job on it. And he really had a guts performance today, throwing that long with the Swann from inside his own end zone in the first half, too. Wasn't a great guts performance by the other Terry?
Oh, I think it typifies the way Terry's played all year. I think he's played with a lot of pain. He's played with a lot of hurts, and I think he had a sensational year. And I think definitely he's the best quarterback in the NFL this past year. And I think he just had a super effort.
Congratulations, Terry Hanratty, on another Super Bowl payday.
So now it was on to Super Bowl X in Miami, Florida. The dream of dreams had once again been accomplished. What had started in the sultry days of summer as a hope and had developed into a prayer and eventually a goal was now the Steelers for the taking for the second year in a row. They had proven themselves in the regular season. They had done what they had to do in the playoffs, but it really all came down to one game. And once again, the Steelers found themselves matched against a Cinderella team, a long shot, the people's choice, an underdog whose game plan seemed to be a bag of tricks. They were the Dallas Cowboys. Super Bowl X took place on Sunday, January 18th in the Orange Bowl amidst the Super Bowl games. It was only 1 year earlier that the Steelers took part in their first Super Bowl as the darlings of the football world. But that was the 1974 season. They were now, as Franco Harris said, the guys in the black hats. It has been beaten to death that previous Super Bowl games did not live up to their advanced publicity. But after this game had been played, nobody would level that charge against Super Bowl X. If there is one word to describe the action of this day, it would be super, as both teams performed to the utmost of their ability. There was great offensive action, superb defensive example of how the game of football should be played. This was championship football at its best. You got a good indication of the format when Dallas linebacker Tom Henderson returned the opening kickoff off a reverse some 52 yards upfield.
Pearson and Dennison deep, and Jarrella kicks it. End over end. Who's it coming down to? Preston at the 3. Out over the 10. Reverses the football. At the 10, the 15, to the near side, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50. Over the 50 to the Steeler 45. And the tackle is made. And the runner is knocked out of bounds. Tom Henderson took the reverse, coming from the far side of the field to the near side, and the tackle made in front of the Steeler bench by Roy Jarrella, who is hurt on the play.
As a matter of fact, that opening play seemed to stir the adrenaline of the Cowboys as they dominated the first quarter with spirited action, seizing opportunity by the throat and taking advantage of it. The first break in the ballgame occurred in the opening period when, after failing to move on its initial series, Pittsburgh's punter Bobby Walden fumbled his snap and Dallas took over.
Walden averaging 39.4 per kick on the season. Golden Richards downfield to receive for the Cowboys. The punt will carry left to right across your radio dial. Walden standing at his own 27-yard line. He fumbles the football. Walden is hit and nailed at the 29-yard line.
Then it took the Cowboys just one play to score.
All right, the Cowboys are in a slot left formation. Now they move into the standard setback situation with Staubach, the quarterback, taking the ball, faking. He's back to throw. Staubach straight down the middle. Open man at the 15. He's over the 10. He's down to the 5. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. And Staubach hit Drew Pearson, the wide receiver, wide open in the middle of the Steeler defense. Took the ball at the 15-yard line, beat Andy Russell, and went into the end zone. And Dallas is on the board with the first touchdown.
On their next possession, the Steelers moved 68 yards downfield to tie up the ballgame. The key play of the drive was a leaping catch by Lynn Swann.
And back goes Bradshaw to fire to the near side, and it may be intercepted. Leaping for it was Lynn Swann, and they
they rule a good catch at the Dallas 16-yard line as Swann beat the defensive back Mark Washington on a great play.
After moving on to the 7-yard line, Terry Bradshaw, on a 3rd and short yardage situation, crossed up the Dallas defense by going to the air.
And Bradshaw rolls right, puts it wide open in the end zone. Randy Grossman takes it for the touchdown. They crossed them up. They had 2 tight ends, and they had Mullins going in motion, cutting into the line, and Dallas was geared for the run. They did not get the run. Bradshaw took the ball, put quickly to Randy Grossman, the second-year man from Temple, wide open in the end zone for a Pittsburgh touchdown.
But the Cowboys were playing it tough, and they came back to take a 10-7 lead in the second quarter when place kicker Tony Frisch hit on a 36-yard field goal.
This will be a 36-yard attempt. In this range, in the playoffs, he has had no previous tries. Here's Frisch kicking with the wind behind him. It is long enough. It is good.
However, the trend of the game was starting to change as the Pittsburgh defense came on strong, shutting off all the gaps for the Dallas running game and harassing quarterback Roger Staubach as he tried to perform out of the shotgun formation. The game remained a 10-7 stalemate through the third period. Then came the final 15 minutes of play. And what a quarter this turned out to be. It had everything. Scintillating action, heroism of the highest degree, and strategy that would put a smile on the face of the foremost field general. Things started to go Pittsburgh's way when L.C. Greenwood and company broke through to sack Roger Staubach at the Cowboy 15 and set up a punting situation.
All right, they're rushing, and it's blocked. It's through the end zone and out of play. Blocked by the Steelers. It's a safety.
That was the turning point in the ball game as the Steelers' Mike Collier returned the Dallas free kick 25 yards to the Cowboy 45. The Steelers moved out of the Dallas 20 and onto the field trotted Roy Girella. Girella had missed 2, but when the Steelers needed it the most, he came through.
All right, Girella trying for the 3rd time this afternoon, a 36-yarder with Bobby Walden holding. As the wind behind him this time, nonetheless, it is still tricky. Ball is down, and Girella kicks it in his end over end, and it is up there. It is good. There's the signal. It is good. A 36-yarder by Roy Girella with 8:41 remaining on the clock. And the Steelers have moved out to a 12-10 lead over the Cowboys.
The Cowboys then bobbled the kickoff and were forced to set up shop at their own 15-yard line. On their first play, Staubach went back to pass and threw the ball into the hands of Mike Wagner.
Staubach, cool as a cucumber, lines them up. Shifting them now. Bringing a man in motion from wide right to left. Staubach, double fake, drops back and throws down to the middle. Intercepted, picked off by Wagner. He's coming over the 15 to 10. He's down to the 6-yard line.
The Steelers advanced the ball close to the goal line and called on Roy Girella once again.
All right, the adrenaline is flowing. Walden holding at the 14. Girella kicks it. It is up there. It is good. A 24-yard field goal by Roy Girella.
Then when the Cowboys got their hands on the ball, the Steeler defense swarmed all over them and forced another punt. With the ball resting at the Pittsburgh 36-yard line, the Steelers put the game away. As Bradshaw was pounded into the turf, he unloaded a deep bomb, and Lynn Swann made his second sensational catch of the game and earned Super Bowl MVP honors.
Bradshaw's back. He wants to throw. Now he fires for the bomb, and Lynn Swann going for it. Swann pulls it in for a touchdown. Lynn Swann beat his man on a bomb. Swann got a step beyond Mark Washington, who's been on him all afternoon. 64-yard pass, and Bradshaw was hurt on the play.
But the Cowboys weren't dead yet. They came back to score when Staubach hit tight end Percy Howard in the end zone to make it a 21-17 game. However, the Steelers recovered the Cowboys' onside kick. And with Terry Hanratty in for the injured Terry Bradshaw, they kept the ball on the ground, moving down to the Cowboy 41. On 4th down, the Steelers elected to run the football to prevent a blocked punt. And being out of timeouts, the Cowboys had a long way to go with just 1:22 showing on the clock. But they gave it a valiant effort. It all ended when, on the final play of the game, Glenn Edwards picked off a deflected pass, and the Steelers were Super Bowl champions for the 2nd year in a row. So now the Steelers were among the elite in NFL history, joining the likes of the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins as the only teams to win back-to-back Super Bowls. They had fought the fight and won. They had withstood the pressure that goes with being world champions and proved that they were the best. Chuck Noll and the rest of the coaches, management, and players of the Pittsburgh Steelers, you are the best. Your dedicated hours of labor and effort have earned you the right to be called the world champions of football.